Okay, cool. What is up, everyone? This is Coffee with Soul. I'm your host. We're going to chat. We're going to talk. And with any luck, this is going to be... who is that Death Knight? I don't know who that is. This may be the last day of testing of the remix. We're at a point now where we can definitely see like the whole path to power. And I want to, mostly for myself. All this testing has mostly been for myself. I've just been kind of sharing my findings and everything, but I want to, not like we see the path, but I want to kind of get a feel of, I guess I just want to get a better feel of the climb to it. So I'm going to attempt to do some testing, some simulated testing. It's not going to be perfect at all, but I just want to get an idea of what reaching escape velocity is eventually going to feel like. Because I broke my character. I shouldn't have done this. I should have used a different character for this. But this is the character that I've been testing with, and I busted it by giving it like a bajillion artifact power and all the snazzy gear, and I destroyed the gear that I had, which was like, really fucking stupid. But oh well. Actually, well, I think I can do so. No, that I don't think that would work right. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So what I'm gonna do, there are a couple of achievements that I want to nail real quick, just a few. I think there's just two. So no, one. I just need to do the arcway real quick, because I think that's going to get me an infinite knowledge thingamajigger, like a multiplier. So that'll put me at 24, which is like good enough. And then I want to gear myself down. I'm going to gear myself down, do some dungeons, do some random stuff, and just kind of get an idea of how long it's going to take me to earn 50,000 infinite power, which is what you need to gain one level of infinite power. Which gives you a pathetic amount of main stats, a little bit of stamina, but most importantly, 1% versatility, which is very, very big and important and good, and pretty much the crutch of what a lot of folks have been looking for. It's kind of funny, like, so for those who don't know, there's a new build that was put out last night, and they more or less resolved the whole power fantasy of things. One of the biggest things is adding versatility to the infinite trait. That's what's going to give us that whole climb. And I did some mathing, some quackamications, whatever you want to call it. And I determined that as you get achievements and whatnot, and as you're farming up this infinite power, as soon when you get here, and you earn the final achievement to get 5 million infinite power, which gives you more infinite knowledge, by the way. So it's not like you're not done yet. By the time you get this much infinite power, you'll have 100. You'll have 100 points into Limits Unbound. This is the trait. So you'll basically have 100% versatility, which means you're taking half damage and you're dealing double the damage that you would otherwise without that versatility, which is great. That's fantastic. So what I want to try to do is kind of like, get a ballpark to be like, okay, so how long is it going to take me to get to that 100 point trait? Because when you do get to that point, and I did at least do some testing of this, you can very easily trivialize most difficulties. You can start doing, you can technically do a plus 25 key, but you probably want to have like one person with you. So at least the guesstimations at the moment tell me pretty loud and clear. People with 100 points here, they can do everything. They can definitely do everything. But you might need a buddy, because sometimes there's like mechanics where it's like, oh, you got stuck with a spear and someone needs to click on it to get you out. Otherwise you're boned, and you might be boned, but if someone's there, then that trivializes that, and then everyone's fine, and then you'll blast. So anyway, let's do the arcway. I hate the arcway. It's awful place. But anyway, I hope everyone's doing well today. Hope everyone's having a good time, that your loots have been merry, because it's what, like Thursday now? So let's give a quick hello to Adversus. You're the first person to say hi. Hey, what's up? What's up to Arumus and Arcadius and Boomer and Mary Baldwin, to Mort and One Under, to Darth, and a big thanks to Cranial for subscribing. Much appreciated. Ready for the Midnight Class blogs. Fingers crossed soon. Also ready for Remix Madness. Yeah, the madness is coming for sure. So it's almost boring to like be on here now because it's like, okay, I think I figured everything out. I think I'm good to go. There's like this duality with me. Like, I'm the type who wants to not be spoiled by like raids and stuff. I don't want to, you know, I want to feel that, I want to get that feeling of solving the puzzle alongside my guild. So I never do raid testing. I don't look ahead or any of that stuff. And I do my best to resist even looking at like the dungeon journal during progression, unless I'm like, okay, there's a question I need answers to, and because I just got killed by it and I don't understand what's going on. But at the same time, you know, I have this whole tester brain where I like to, you know, figure out systems and figure out how it works, and then, you know, as a creator, share that knowledge with others for those who are interested. You know, not everyone gives a shit about wanting to know everything about what goes on the remix. Not everyone cares about the whole roller coaster of emotion, because for those who are just like ignorant the whole way through, who, you know, people who are going to show up the first weekend of this upcoming patch, they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is cool. Meanwhile, there's going to be other folks that are like, oh man, you have no idea what it was like. All these things that we fought for, you know, for you, whatever. You know, I don't give ourselves that much of a pat on the back, but I enjoy that whole journey too. But that's I think that's me coming from my experience as a tester way back in the day. It just makes me curious about things and want to like know certain things, but I could also turn all that off, and, you know, just re-enjoy, wrong way, and I could just re-enjoy things all over again. So, but that's me. You know. When does Midnight Alpha start? Whenever it starts. I have no idea. What's up, End of Days? Half of this is so real now. Hard degen shit is back on the menu. and yeah, and that's kind of when I get what I want to get a measure of, like how many awful nights am I going to have grinding away at this shit. Let's see. All right. Yeah, so I'm just going, right? Yeah. So the thing with, I guess the biggest difference between farming the remix and farming this is mostly lie with, you can't just farm trash. Now, that said, you can at least use the quests and utilize dungeons, of course, to help you facilitate like some of those quests with doing dungeon and raid trash and stuff, but not really. So I got 10 bronze from that pack. It just sucks. So we'll get kind of an idea of, I have no idea where to go. What the hell? Oh, okay, we got to do bosses in like a weird order. Okay, whatever. I'll just move. Do the legendaries drop in remix? No. That'd be kind of pointless though, because like legendaries are, you know, all over the place. They might be in our talents, they might be baseline and stuff. So having legendaries drop again in remix would feel kind of redundant. I mean, I see what people are talking about. Oh, but then Sephi's is like cool. It's a unique thing and blah, blah blah. Yeah, but then they could just like give us some wacky, zany power instead. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, no legendaries in remix. Most everything is managed by these traits here, so you can like mix and match whatever you like. I have a pretty specific build that's focused on mostly big pumping. You know, and that's it. So how much does this give me? So this gives me so I get two of those things that give me more that'll get me like actual upgrades. 780 bronze, but I don't care about the bronze. I just want to know how much infinite power I get. I get $1 grand off that. $1 grand off a boss. So that's a thing to point out. Or that's a thing to measure. Am I enjoying the new power, and how much health do I have? Well, I'm super maxed out, so I have 200 million health. Ooh, Mashutski, dude, thank you so much, man. Woo. That was a nice injection of love, dude. Appreciate it. And in a non-sexual way, injection of, that's terrible. That's bad phrasing, buddy. Thank you, though, dude. Can you put points in every trait in the artifact? No. So what you see here, so what you see here, like with these different traits and everything, there's like these little baby traits. These are just stats, and it's the same kinds of stats that you get from each one. So that's always going to be the same. Now, as for powering up traits, you would mix and match everything. It's funny because like some folks are like, hey, dude, we should be able to have all the artifact powers and all these things. And that's fine. That's a fine take. You just don't, because whatever. It'd be weird just, dropping a whole bunch of cooldowns and like that's it. That's like your gameplay. But there are some powers that you don't want. Notably, like probably this one, where you move backward, you slow down, and that would like mess people up. You would want to go for a different power instead. And I think there might be one other thing that it's like, okay, you don't actually want that trait. I think that's I think that's the only one. that's like, you don't really want that. Now there is definitely some imbalance too. Like some of these traits, even after fully powering up, they suck. They suck really bad. And you're like, okay, you don't really want this stuff. This one right here, the damage return. When you absorb damage, you will inflict 125,000 arcane damage back to the attacker. That's nice. But then here's the trait that I care about. Attackers get hit with a dot that ticks for 1,000,000 damage. It stacks up to 5 times, and it might do double the damage if they're afflicted with this trait, which I invested my points into. So it's like, yeah, there's some rebalancing that needs to be done. And the holy tree at the very bottom, just everything sucks. Like nothing about it is great. So we know what they're asking more. Like they're asking when it starts for us, because for us that's when it's most important. Technically midnight, the alpha, the internal alpha started like last week or so. Builds started going out, we started seeing them, but as for the closed alpha testing for people like us, I don't know. It'll start when it starts. Fragment mental and medical challenges that drop from mythical flux raids. If you combine the 100, gives 82.5k infinite power at 13 infinite knowledge. Probably the best way to farm power. Yeah, but this thing sucks. Like this takes a while to get. Like you're definitely doing like raids and stuff in order to get this sort of thing. But also, like, depending on like when I start doing my testing. I'm not gonna be just doing raids and stuff. I'm mostly going to focus on outdoor content first, because I'll, or at least that's how it's going to be when I first start the remix. I'm going to be focusing on outdoor content first, because I'm also going for like a bunch of bronze too, and that's a good way to like get bronze stuff and easy upgrades, and I don't have to worry about people. I'm mostly going to focus on getting the multipliers first. So I'll do dungeons one time and these things one time, and if quests direct me to do dungeons and raids, then I'll do them. But when those sorts of milestones are exhausted, then I'm just going to mostly go for like the questing milestones, because there's stuff that I want to get from that too. Oh, am I missing stuff? Oh, it gets higher. Okay. Wait, does this get higher? Really? Or did I just have that sand from like a while back? So here, let me use this thing. So I got 100,000 from that at knowledge level 23. So that's like that's a good chunk. So that's two things that I got from it. Nice. And then let's see, you said you got 82 at infinite 13. Okay. I don't know if that's the I don't know if it's the best way to farm power though. I think that's kind of a dubious take. Um, because I'd need to figure out like what is the more ideal way to farm those tokens, and so far it's just like, okay, just do raids, sold, duh. I'm like, I'm gonna do raids though, you know, and once I feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, I'm just blowing through everything, you know, then that'll be the path. But when do I get to that stage? Because I don't want to feel too dependent on grouping and all that. Let's see. Oh, I totally missed. Did I miss Herb's subscription? Oh, I didn't mean to leave you out, dude. Thank you, dude. Holding on to the stones is kind of worth keeping. I'm kind of tempted to. I'm thinking about. I was just thinking about that too. It might be tempting to hold on to that as well. Okay, so this is a mythic. So this boss. So I would figure that these bosses, that mythic dungeon bosses, would drop those, what are they called again? Fragmented memento of epic challenges, epoch, whatever. Yeah, I figured that it would drop these too, but it doesn't. So that memento drops 1,000, and then this one 500, and that's it. Okay, I got 4,000 somewhere. What the fuck? Wait, what? Where did that come from? Wait, I think I misread an item or something. Smooth. Oh well. You can do a 30 without any issues as a hunter because of this crazy 30. That's it. Nah, you can do 40s, man. You can solo a 40 if you want. 30. Come on. That's the limit. See, that's the limitations of a hunter, man. Now timing it, that might be a little tough. So. All right, so I believe that got me another thing. I hope. Okay, so let me see if I'm counting this right. Okay, so this one, boom, that got me 700. Okay, so and then this one gets me 600. This moat, no, that doesn't give me anything. And then here's just me picking up bronze, and that's just bronze. And then there's that. Yeah, I wonder how I picked up another 4,000 all of a sudden. That's weird. Oh well. And then there's achievements. So these achievements, these are these not infinite power, but these like get me bronze, which is like cute. Hitting that box got me 300. And then there's grinding up all this shit, which will get me like more. So here, I'll just grind everything up. See, that got me like 1,000. That's cute. And there's all this other stuff. And then there's just like a bunch of stuff to grind too. It caps at 40? Okay. Oh, from like the vendor, right? Yeah. Excuse me. So like grinding gear, like it eventually, like this is going to I mean, it's still going to be a thing that you do, but it's not going to be a very like lucrative spot because you still get like the same, even if you're grinding up higher item level stuff, you're still getting like the same amount of stuff. Like that round of 9 things, I didn't get any AP out of. This one I'm getting, I got about 1,000. Cute. But then this is just a lot of gear that I happen to be grinding all at once. Like it's not going to be like this lucrative, so this will give me a chance to actually see how feasible wizard training is too, because trying to do it in heroic mode, I don't know how the fuck it's possible. It seems like your dudes get annihilated, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah, we'll see. Tried to do a 43 and it's just not possible. Everyone's getting one shot. That's funny. Oh, he was in a group too. Oh, okay. Shoot. That's crazy. I mean, hey. that might be where this tree finally shines. Because every what 1.5 1-ish minute you'll be able to hit this thing here that'll give everyone like an ardent defender, sort of, but like that's it. That's kind of all they get. But if anything, people will, I don't know, they just need to either kill it super fast or actually start using CCs and stuff. Hey, somebody won't do keys with you? Yeah, well, I mean, if it was someone else, I'd do it, but it's Fel, so I don't know, man. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna gear down now. So, or I'll gear down as much as I kind of can and try to get an idea of, how does this feel? So I don't know if this is going to be a great test at all, but we'll give it a shot. So I'll try like 20 points. And since we're just here in Arcway, we'll try that. And then we'll bring this guy down to normal. See how it feels. They fixed the hit detection and the arcane orb, by the way. Too bad the powers in general hit like a what neutral. I mean, eventually they don't scale great, right? Eventually they just stop being all that cool. And then there are other things that you start caring about. So like, for example, Twisted Crusade to me is still the best. The big thing with this one is that it applies the whole Fel touched thing, which starts to build up the, this thing. And I don't have, my details is busted. It's not working right. But then that's I think that's kind of it. This Tempest Wrath might help a little bit because you get a little bit of haste out of it. This might give you a bit more damage as a pet user, because it gives a damage multiplier. That's kind of it though. There's not a lot else going on. It is crazy when you see this Felspike hit for like a couple 100 million though. It's pretty nuts. And then this thing sucks. Like everything about the holy thing sucks. Okay, so I'm geared down kind of hard. But not that hard. We'll see how it goes, because I still have like a lot of life. I still have like, it still looks like I have like a double the life that I had in the previous build. So, oh well. But I just want to, I also want to, kind of get a measure of just how much infinite power do I get, from a normal dungeon as opposed to like a mythic one. Because if it's still decent, then it's like, okay, then there is no point farming up higher level dungeons. I should just do like the fastest one I can do that feels most efficient, which almost sounds like, oh, just do Maw of Souls forever. It's like, okay, easy. But there's some trash packs in there that are like really brutal because they self-heal for like a ton. I'm like, okay, maybe that's not like the best play. Pet touch can supply additional time per pet, so it's a hard luck for pet classes. Yeah, like that. Everything just builds up, and it builds up off of itself, and that's cool. It's pretty crazy. So clearly, like in this state, without all the crazy stamina and versatility and stuff, like the abilities will still matter for a while. You'll eventually escape your need for them because your stats will just be so awesome, and that makes sense. Eventually it breaks, and the question is just like when. And in the meantime, do your abilities feel satisfying to where you could say, you know what, okay, Artifact Tree, thank you for your service, but the infinite trait is now taken over. It's now piloting the whole damn thing. So let's see how this boss feels. I'll just grab him. And we'll do the things and see how this feels. So this is only normal difficulty, right? No, it's heroic. Oh my. Oh right, because I don't think there is a normal difficulty for this thing. So there are easier dungeons I can do as well. Interessante, man. So the threat of death is like just like in the last build, there is none. There's no real threat. It's just kind of chill, kind of a vibe. And it does take a bit of grinding to get to even like this state. Like I was doing quite a few dungeons, not dungeons. I was doing quite a few zone achievements, going for that sort of stuff, and then getting gear. Let's see. So this gives me. So that's one thing here, and that got me 200. And then so these things will give me like the same value because of the multiplier. So that was 800 there. That was nothing. That was nothing. That was nothing. That was nothing. Okay. Cool. Oh, I'm still curious where that 400 some came from. So that was what, 1,000? Yeah, that was 1,000. So same thing. So it looks like the amount of AP, IP that you get, it doesn't seem to change. Maybe there's like a greater chance of getting more stuff, but part of me is thinking, or part of me is, I'm kind of asking myself, okay, what's faster? Is it faster for me to just, I'm lost. Part of me is asking myself, okay, at what point do I actually graduate to dungeons, or do I just hang out in heroic world tier? Because that might be the better play. But at the same time, if other people wise up to that as well, then it's going to be pretty competitive out there. People are going to be looking for like the favorite hyperspawn and then grind that. And Suramar seems to be like the place to be because it's just cool. There's just like a lot of mobs there. So, and raid and dungeon trash, they don't drop anything. So it feels like doing dungeons, at least, it feels like few and far between with getting bronze or infinite power or whatever. So at the moment, this feels slow. But we'll keep going. We'll keep testing. I think this version is missing is passive heals. Almost all the defensive stuff is absorbs. Leech is like king right now. Like that's mostly what you're doing. You're just doing so much damage that Leech is taking you all the way. But yeah, as for like actual damage reduction, nah, you don't really get that. I'm trying to remember, is there any actual damage reduction stuff here? The closest thing is this one, which scales very, very well. But as for reducing damage, no. Your best bet is actually going to be the Holy Tree. I think there's something here that slows enemies down too. I think it was this one. Yeah, things that reduces their attack speed by 20%. So that could be a thing as long as you're absorbing. And you might be absorbing if you go into this tree or if you invest in High Mountain Fortitude or both. That could be a thing too. I just want something to offset running Burning Rush full time, but that's asking a lot. Burning Rush subtracts a percentage of your health, doesn't it? Not like a flat amount. I mean, obviously, that's what it sounds like, because otherwise then it would be trivial for you already. That sucks. That sucks. Actually, does ooh, what is it? Here. Does High Mountain Fortitude proc off of that? Because once every 12 seconds I mean, Burning Rush is still going to take more health away than what High Mountain Fortitude would protect you from, but it'd still be something. So I'm just curious, like if it works at all, because if anything, it would help. Oh, he's hurting me. Ow. Ow. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a pretty nasty debuff that I get hit by. Yeah. So this thing can get this one can get kind of hairy, but still not so bad. I'm still doing more damage than Actually, that hurts. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, it does. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, it does. It bypasses, absorbs. Oh, that's brutal. Boo. So that gave me another 1,000. Obviously, I was taking my time there, so that don't count. Now, this next boss, from earlier testing, I couldn't kill it because you get hit by a mechanic that will stun you, and I think you need someone's help to get you out. And if you don't get help, then you eventually get killed. So let's see if that happens here. It probably will happen here. So help. So you do need some sort of passive ticking heal, which there isn't really a great one. Your best bet really is, I would, well, leech, I'd say. Leech is the best thing that you've got, I'd say. Sucks, but yeah, I can't think of anything else like good. All right, so let's see if I can kill this thing before it kills me at this level. Actually, yeah, let's see if I die. I might die to this. So it's not suppression protocol. It's like something else. I think a DPS would be fine doing this, but I'm not a DPS. So yeah, quarantine is the thing. So here, let's see how much it hurts me for. Because eventually I get broken out. I just can't tell what my health is right now. So people are supposed to, I think, click this or something like that. Or I don't know. Or DPS it down. And so far so far I'm okay. Oh, I took no damage. Damn, look at that. Maybe it's because of the high mountain fortitude thing. That probably helped a bit. Or it just doesn't deal damage anymore. Maybe they actually changed that, which would be an interesting thing, doing actual tuning to make it a bit more solo friendly. All right, so that was pretty much nothing. This gave me another 1,000, so that's what we can kind of expect. Which feels pretty low. Feels pretty low. Right now, I'm not too fond of... right now, I'm not feeling it with dungeons as a farmable spot. I'll definitely do them for, if I'm in a group and we're blasting, oh yeah, sure. I'll hold threat. I'll tap stuff while everyone just goes nasty. Sure. And then, yeah, we'll see what... I wonder what mythic keys... Like, I wonder what they give me. Because I don't know. Like, can I do a 2 right now? Maybe? Grand Mafia, what's up? I'll be playing Legion Remix outside of my usual wall. Playtimes will be mostly on Steam Deck. Single button assist is so nice while playing on Steam Deck. Is single button assist in Remix? It should be. I've never looked. But yeah, there it is. Yeah, so get nasty, dude. Yeah, actually, I was testing it very briefly the other day, too. So that got me another 1,000. Cool. Where did that 4,000 come from earlier? I'm baffled. Like, what did I do? Yeah, you just want to make sure that you map your artifact power, whatever you choose. And then keep in mind that you're probably going to do a lot of testing with it. So you're going to be like swapping out your power. Oh, let me try this. Let me try this. And so you'll, at the moment, switching out your power switching out your tree doesn't change this power that I have like mapped down here. The button just goes away. So you need to like re-drag it or whatever. Maybe you can just make a macro for it too, if you wanted to at least have like a, hey, here's the universal button for like whatever the hell artifact power that I have. I don't know if that'll work right, but something to consider doing. especially when you're in this period of experimentation and you want to try stuff out. My hopes are that they do some, this weekly build, that's one thing, but I'm hoping that by the time this goes live that they do some like meaningful adjustments to some of the powers, because some of them suck. They could be a lot better. Yeah, I don't think it'd be hard to work all that. Oh, there's a rare in there. Hello. Is that a thing? It just happens to like just hang out there? I was like, okay, cool. I feel like even though I'm gearing down, like that I'm still a bit too strong. I don't know. Where am I? Shit. Well, okay, I can sort of see myself now. All right. I kind of okay, I don't remember this part of the fight at all. Like, did we need to just go around these guys? Sort of looks like we can. Oh, whatever. Yeah, because I remember we had to like rush through this part, otherwise something happens, or we just die or whatever. Then we go in here, and then we burn. Something like that. I don't know if people are going to bother to use the cooldown reset ability in combat. I mean, because combat might be over. We're almost relying on like 1 minute fights. If there's a full group, like, unless you're trying to punch up like really far, now everyone will be fine. Just pop, and then it's like an I win button. Wait, what? That was it? I got 20 bronze. I got nothing from that, dude. Yo. Yeah, let me. Oh, where's the feedback thing? Yo. Here we go. Didn't only dropped 20 bronze. It's messed up, man. That's messed up. All right, let's try doing a raid. Let's solo a raid. Kind of sucks that my options are limited right now. Kind of sucks. The first boss in Emerald Nightmares, not bad, but it's a the trash sucks. Killing the trash is kind of a pain. I'll probably just like max myself out just to get through the trash, and then I'll see how it feels actually fighting the thing. Where's the teleporty thing? Here we go. Oh, nice. She's all, dude, the lurch was juiced. All right. Quest is done. Okay, so let's see how these boxes feel right now. This box gave me 300. This box gave me 200. This box gives me another 200 and another 200. So average. I'm just kind of like making a loose average, about 200 or so. Actually, let me go back to. There's like a daily I can turn in as well. Yeah, the vibe I'm getting so far still is like, okay, just do everything that you can freaking see on the map. And then eventually people will get in their heads, okay, opening these boxes, they don't really give good stuff. It's really like the purple boxes that matter. So, like this one. So this box, purple box, gives me, so that gave me 1,300, which is cute. Hey, it was also with a thing. Good for me. Kill enemy. Oh, Emerald Nightmare. Oh, I gotta do the whole thing. Never mind. I'll just do that one. That's good. I wonder if your withered droops can randomly spawn with the affixes. I didn't see it. I've been doing withered training almost every day. I haven't seen it. It'd be awesome, because I would only want one troop, and I want that one to have the affix that gives you that spawns enemies, because then they'll be my pets or whatever, and we'll just smash. That'd be hella funny. I don't think that's gonna happen. They just get annihilated, which is super sad. Okay, so Valshara, let's go. So I have a feeling that feedback is going to be like, dude, hey Blizz, you know, it feels cool that we can sell the stuff now, but it sucks. You know, we don't get anything good out of it. So I think some of the knobs that Blizzard will turn will be like, okay, how much infinite power or whatever do you get from dungeons and raids? That's going to play into things. Now, normal dungeons and raids, maybe they won't drop much, because maybe they just want people to quickly accelerate their way into farming up like Mythic Plus instead. Maybe there's like better shit we can get from it, but I don't know. So far, I want to test out just like normal values and, like, you know, 1, see how much I get, 2, see how easy it is for me to solo or not. I'm curious. Wait, let's see how much bronze I get from these guys. I haven't checked since the build. Let's see if it still sucks. So that gave me... Okay, that gave me 600 infinite power. So, boom. That gave me 250. So, okay, the gains are back. Hold on. I'm going to hang out here for a bit. The bronze sucks. But the infinite power, that's where the money is. So I need like some Top Gun music to play. So that gave, okay, that gave me like only 20. That sucked. This gives me 11. Okay, okay, they're wising up. Blizzard's watching like live. There might be an internal cooldown. Oh shit, there might be an internal cooldown. So it's like, okay, you only get so much infinite power every few minutes or so, and then there's like a hidden cooldown to where you get nothing for a while. Yeah, now I'm getting nothing. Fuck. Oh no, I got one. Okay. I mean, at the moment, it still feels a little bit better than normal dungeons, you know, just flying around. So, okay, I got 466 from that. And now, boop. Oh, that was a blue one. That's 600. Oh, did I get that one? Nope. Lag. Boom. That's another 500. That was nothing? Okay. Yeah, so like I said, lots of knobs that they can turn. At the moment, at a glance, birds or, you know, flying shit is more lucrative than dungeon bosses. Yeah, let me go for this guy. Since I'm on Heroic World here at the moment, let me drag this dude down. Come here. Oh, he's too far up. Hold on. Oh yeah, here's a guy. So this guy gives me 800 just off of that. Damn. Yeah, Heroic Worlds here is powerful. Can Mythic Raids be face rolled now? Short answer is yes. The longer answer is why? Why bother? when I can get like more infinite power from like trash packs out here than I can inside a dungeon or a raid or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna skedaddle and check out normal raids. Okay, boy, you spongy. Come on. The big Inquisitors with a shield that are floating around will be the real target. I mean, they're so bright and easy to see, though, that folks will snipe them. You know, since we're on the PTR, there's only, like, I'm going to say 30 of us at most. That's generous because of the time of day. There are... Okay, there's more than 50 people. Okay. Still, I don't give them that much credit. And that was another nice little bit. Yeah, at the moment, Heroic World Tier is, early impression, it's the superior way to go. Is this the raid? Yes, this is the raid. The orbs that spawn from are not single tap, though? No, but I'm just saying, like, how often are you going to see it? Because people will just see, people can see it from a mile away and be like, oh, I'm going to get it. And then they'll get it well before you do. So you won't even see them. That's kind of what I'm suggesting. Hear about the patent Nintendo got in the US for summoning and fighting? If so, do you think that could affect things like battle pets? No. Not at all. Because it'd be too far reaching if Nintendo tried to enforce that, because that's something that you can do with like any sort, because you'd be able, like, if Nintendo tried to enforce that, then they would be able to do that with any instance of like calling allies to battle via summon. So like, think Final Fantasy and summoning Espers or Eidolons or whatever the hell they feel like calling them next time. No, I think it's mostly something that they'll hold on to for the purpose of, taking care of like Pokemon clones like Power World or whatnot. But as for like I don't think it'll be used for like, in any other serious games that don't try to infringe on like what they're obviously trying to monopolize on, which is stupid anyway, right? But no, I don't see them. I don't see it affecting any games. Big dudes like Microsoft and whatnot, they got too big of a, wallet to feel threatened by Nintendo. Microsoft will be like, dude, we're going to win eventually. And then you're going to lose your patent or whatever. And then all these Power World clones are going to, come roll you because you wanted to like mess with us too. So don't do that. And so, yeah, that's my take on it. Yeah, the fact that it got approved at all is pretty wild. Okay, I should have juiced up for the trash at least, because this trash sucks so bad. I don't think, yeah, and I can't do anything about it in combat either. So I'll just suffer. Come on, cooldowns, do some work. I think the Dawnbreaker dungeon in War Within should have had an airship. Or the airship mount as a drop from Mythic using the same animation rig as the BlizzCon Horde Zeppelin, makes the most sense. You saved our flagship, and it's on maiden voyage. Take one of the ships. Well, that's something they can do eventually if they, get around to it. The beauty of this being a game that is meant to last years and years is that eventually, maybe, as needs demand, there's no clock. It's not like they can't do it later. So I know it's kind of hand wavy, but well. All right. So this took forever. I have a feeling that I'll hit enrage. This is mythic, you dumbass. Fuck. You know what? Since we're here, fuck it. We're trying to mythic. How much? 548s, 20 points. Let's go. Come on. Bring it on, bastard. Jeez. I was thinking to myself, oh man, this is gonna be rough. Okay, white hits are nothing. Like I think my trait alone is doing the heavy lifting. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a goofball. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, actually, that didn't hurt much. Inflicts 200 play 200? Really? No. Is it actually 200? Infested hit me for 33k? Okay. Okay. I still have like way too much life though, so. And this thing isn't budging at all. Yeah, this ain't the thing. All right. Hit me, mommy. Please kill me. Please. Why is her health not going down? Because I hit like a bitch. That's why. So, girl's got 3 billion health. And I took off like, 200 some million, But this is mythic, and I'm geared down, and I'm only putting in 20 points into my trade. So I wanted to try this in normal. So it's my bad. But I do want to clear the trash, so I'm gonna power up and just smash that real quick. Oh, damn! Change difficulty, man. I wish that Legion Remix awarded players with pure cosmetic versions of the raid sets. The Antorus Hero thing looks too good. It's a crime that it's only limited to leather classes. I'm of the mind that I'm totally good. Someday Blizzard might be like, you know what? Sure, let's go ahead and let's let clothies wear plates. Let's let plate people wear leather. Let's let male people wear anything because all the male stuff sucks. But I'm of the mind that I'm good with class restricted gear. I'm totally good with that because I think that's kind of like the last bastion of, hey, I want to feel cool. I want my class to feel, unique and have something special and all that stuff. Now, I'm also of the mind that, you know how we have like multiple colors of like everything these days, like multiple colors of tier sets. I would like to see one of those tints, or I'd like for them to make an additional tint that applies, that is purely cosmetic and can be worn by anybody. So that way you can at least have like a little bit of that flavor of, hey, I want to dress like a paladin, but you only have like that one color. All the other colors are reserved for, the actual class. I think that's a fair trade-off. And I'm right, so conversation over. I'm just kidding, but no, that's my that's mostly my take on that. So okay, I want to put on the good stuff. Oh, I lost my pants. Oh, fuck. Well, I don't need it anyway. I just need the trade. I sharded the pants, so oh well. So I lost 30 million health. Whatever. The main point is that I have the versatility. So I can go naked probably and I'd be fine. Yeah, see, nice and easy. Yay. All right, that's all of it, right? Wake up. Wake up. There we go. Okay, so 20 is good. Game time. You can just lock it behind a meta achievement. You've cleared this raid on all difficulties, on all characters, and collected all the armor sets. Here's the cosmetic variant. I think they should do the oh, you're talking about something different. Something slightly different. So yeah, so you want all the sets to be shared. That's cool. I don't agree, but hey, we all got takes. I think they should be crafted. You know, give something like at the moment, as we go from season to season, crafters are, you know, they're making stuff, but they're not making new stuff, you know, new shiny things to get excited over. I think it'd be exciting to be able to craft cosmetic sets. And the way to do that would be, I mean, I'm just kind of pulling shit out of my ass, but you know, the client needs to provide some sort of reagent from farming the raids, and they just, you know, that plus materials, they give that to the crafter in a work order, and they just make a complete ensemble, the whole damn thing. And it's a specific recolor, and you can wear it even if you're not the class, and that's it. And then eventually, you know, hey, I want to be able to wear it even if I'm not that armor type. Sure, you know, that could be a thing too. But I think that'd be a pretty cool way to implement something like that. You got to play the game, you got to do the raid or whatnot. Okay, normal's pretty cake. Cool. This is quite feasible. And I'm pretty sure, like, well, I don't know how the DPS survivability would go, but this seems pretty good, you know? I'm geared down by quite a bit. I still have a lot of stamina and what have you. Because one thing to point out, too, like something about this character is that you farm up a lot of mementos, which give you extra stamina. So I have a lot more stamina than a normal character would in this kind of testing. So, you know, not perfect testing. Now, will I hit Enrage? I don't think I will. I think I'll be fine. So I'm gonna power through this, see if I can kill it before the Enrage, or hell, see if I can survive the Enrage. It's just that the heroic Antor's rogue vest looks very neat. Non-leathers don't have much in the way of high collar chest pieces. Plate does. Plate has some cool stuff. Not all of it's like a favorite of mine, but they have some cool things. But I would like to see, you know, I mean, they have been leaning harder and harder into pure cosmetic pieces that, hey, it doesn't matter what your armor type is. But when it comes to like tier and stuff, you know, they're reserving it for that. So, you know, I'd say focus some of the feedback or outcry would be like, hey, just give us more awesome looking cosmetic sets, please. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, I still feel like Shadowlands was the gold standard for that. They offered so many cool things and unique pieces throughout. You know, not just they front loaded a ton of cosmetics, but then also during 9.1. Was it that? Yeah, during 9.1 with Corthian stuff. You know, people hated the patch, but I love the transmog additions. It was awesome. Plate armor only has net cards. Oh, okay, so that's what you're getting at. Okay. Nah, just keep going for it. Yeah, they still seem pretty hard up on the armor restrictions, but even then, I feel like that's a line. You know, bypassing the class restrictions. You have to do Shadowlands Law. Oh, I didn't mind it. Like people drag Korthia really hard. I'm like, this was not so bad. It was pretty chill. Pretty routine. Now, I did do some degen shit in order to get those appearances. Like, I got onto multiple alts to, like, and got them access to Korthia for just the sake of getting access to those dailies that might give you the appearances. And I just kept going with that until I collected everything. But then once I was done, so that happened over the course of several weeks of tracking and farming and doing like just dailies. They weren't difficult. So I think it was just a combination of so many things that just made everything else feel that much less enjoyable, where otherwise people would have been fine with it if it wasn't for this and this and this and this and this and this and this. So yeah, but that's how people felt. There's no contesting that. Of course, it was too much of a resource spending sink, requiring an assload of Stygia to farm up the armor sets with very little amount. There were armor sets? Oh, wait, armor sets? Stygia? Maybe I didn't notice too much because it's like, oh, okay, I'm a tank and like nothing's ever a problem outdoors. Armor sets. Oh, you're talking about like the upgradable gear and stuff? I thought that was managed by something else, not Stygia. The rares are a big part of the trash talking in Korthia. I think that's where, for me, like as a streamer person and a morning person, it was super easy. Like, if you're there on reset, like it, at least on my realm, it felt very organized. Like people were just moving in a ball and we were just going from rare to rare. No one was really like overlapping stuff. Everyone was just following like the big crowd. And so we knocked out the rares like super easy. Yeah. 10,000 sigil per armor. Yeah, I have no memory of that. You're talking about, is that the cosmetics you're talking about? Because I don't think that was like a player power or like a, what do they call, domination shard thing. That's advanced appearances were paying for me. Oh no, still not enraged. Oh, but then I'm like missing stuff. I'm not hitting buttons. Shoot, I could be doing a lot more damage. And this, I don't think this is a multiplier, right? I don't think I do more damage during this phase. I just dodge stuff and otherwise just pump. I wonder too, I wonder if we're going to be surprised, if we're going to be given a pleasant surprise during the later phases of the remix. So we haven't been able to test Broken Shore or whatever is supposed to come out of Deliverance Point, which included the Mage Tower. So I'm not entirely closing the door on whether or not they implement that. Like there's like a chance it could be a thing. I doubt it. I've kind of written it off. I guess my big thing is, especially now that we have this power fantasy, I don't see a point in the Mage Tower at all. Like, the Mage Tower would just be like, it'd just be a checkbox. And then, of course, what do we get from it, too? Like, are we going to get the OG appearances? I don't know. I think that would send a weird message, because then, like, people would need to, like, play every class or something like that in order to get strong enough to do the Mage Tower and then do it over and over and over again. So, and you only have a couple months to do it. So, all right, so I did it. Yay! Before the enrage. So what do I get? I get 4 of these epic challenge thingies. And if I'm getting about 10,000 thingies from this, that means math-wise, this sucks. So that doesn't feel right. Now this is the money. So getting something like this, that should feel good, right? Because that gives me 5,000. Or I'm sorry, 4,000 infinite power. Plus another 600. Yeah. Woo. So soloing this sucks. This took me more than 5 minutes to do. I'm pretty sure I can get more than 5,000 infinite power in 5 minutes doing like just outdoor trash and stuff. You get 26 on Mythic? Yeah, you get 26 on Mythic, so it's like a task to do. But people aren't going to be at that level like right away either. They'll be on their way there, but here you go. Here's some trash, right? Here's a bit of empowered trash to knock out. I'm still geared down. I'll loot this one thing, and that got me a cute little 300. Whoop-de-doo. Give me a little power up, but yeah, let's find like good shit. I have fond memories of this spot with farming a whole bunch of, what is it called? Dreamleaf. Dreamleaf made such good money in Legion. And even after Legion. Oh, man. You made out like a bandit. Alright, boom, wipe them out. Okay. So that's most of them, including one empowered mob that happened to be in that pack. What do I get? I get 2,000 from that. Pretty good. So I feel like the aim is, if I'm outdoors, and once I feel capable of doing it, locate one empowered mob. You know, more would be better, right? But locate just one and then just kill everything around it and then loot. That feels like a decent idea. Trash and normal memory is also wildly tuned. The first back after the Thunder white hit for 80 mil, really? I mean, my big thing is that the trash doesn't drop anything. Yeah, to me, that's like the big nerf to dungeons and raid content. Okay, so that was a 5,000. That was a 5K thing going there. 5,000. Boom, right there. That's pretty good. It's not 100,000, you know, but it's not bad. Okay, let's go. Let's do this rare. What does this particular rare drop? Because I'm sure like not all rares are made equal. They're gonna drop weird stuff. You know, a weird spread of stuff. And this guy's beefy. Oh no, 112 million. That ain't so bad. And still geared down, so let me just take this guy. I want to loot these guys first. See what if they give anything. Yeah, so I got a little bit out of that. Because you do get just basically more stuff than you do than in normal world tier. I can see people farming outdoor content. Yeah, that's definitely the direction that I'm leaning towards. You know, so people will make their hyper spawns and they'll do their thing and they'll gear faster than other people. I'm sure I'm not going to be the fastest at doing it either, because I prefer to just kind of do my own thing. I'm not fond of the whole stand there and hyper spawn sort of dealy. Like, I want to go around and like do shit. So that gave me 500 plus one of those cute little epoch challenge things. I'm going to serve. Actually, let me find what you know, some other possible lucrative packs. I'm sure there's like some really good ones out there that people have already identified, as well as like hyper spawns and things like that. That's going to be, yeah, that's going to be a big deal. Oh, and then of course, birds, baby. So that got me, oh, that got me nothing. 34. This gets me 16. Ooh. Okay, this is very inconsistent. So that gave me 248. That gave me nothing. 9 bronze. Oh, treasure. and nothing. I think that's where I was supposed to get the the thing that let you do water walking, I believe. Man, I remember there was so much controversy around that. I think it was a ring that did that. Oh, here's the other thing too. Resource nodes. I don't have the potions on me that let me detect resource nodes, but that's going to be a big thing too. Like farming up that stuff. Like infinite power and bronze is all over the place. I think at the moment the current me is feeling like, you know, beyond doing like a round of mythic raids for the day, when it's all said and done, I'm gonna be like out here looking for. I want to see how the murlocs are here. Where do you get the resource node potions? At the bazaar. I forget which vendor it is, but it's one that just sells like the basic consumables. I'm gonna go back there, so I'll show you guys. So here's like some stuff. Murlocs. No. It's the innkeeper waffling? Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay, these guys like they sneak up on you. You can't just sleep on these guys. Alright, so let's do a quick look. Lots of little things. Cool. So this equates to about 1,500. Pretty good. Pretty good. So there's a name dude. And just grab garbage around him. Sorry, Murlocs, you're garbage. Although the ones that summon ads, those empower dudes, they're very dangerous. So you want to be careful of those. They sneak up on you like really fast. Because the abilities that these demons do, they're no joke. So this gives me 2,500. 2,500 from that one. And I think there's like, yeah, there's some other like packs here, some good density. So more. More. Oh, there's another empowered dude. Hell yeah. But then he's summoning demon. Oh, and then there's like more over there too. Cool. Thanks for the video. It's super helpful to keep track of things we need to focus on. Do you think a casual will be able to clear stuff solo in Remix? Yeah. There's no question. The question is when. That's it. When, and then how much dedication do you want to put into it? And the cool thing is, you don't have to choose between, oh, I want to apply my bronze to this versus this. You have separate currencies. You can easily overlap stuff, get tons of rewards, get lots of player power towards hitting your goals. This gave me 4, 5, 6, about 8,000 infinite power from that pull. Not bad. So here's like a little baby that got empowered. That's cute. You know, this place isn't so bad for finding empowered mobs. And it's cool, like one of the fixes that they applied for this build is that they basically made more mobs empowered, but they spaced them out a little bit better, they're claiming. So I'm like, okay, sure. Whatever you say, Blizz. And I'm still pretty powered down. You know, I destroyed gear. Still only 20 points into my infinite. The versatility helps a lot, I think that lent a lot to how this feels better. Okay, let's see what we get now. So now, this gave 2,000, I think. Yeah, I think 2,000. Oh, that's not much. All right, so I'm going to TP back, and I'll go to Suramar. Let's see how that feels. Did you play Paladin and Legion originally? Yes. Which is your favorite class to play in a remix? Paladin. I just want to farm all the collectibles. I'm a bit intimidated by the achievements and such. I mean, like, just do, like I said, do outdoor content, do the dailies that are given to you, the ones that you can do, and that's it. You know, try to pop in every day if you can. If you can't, oh well, you know, but then when you're able to, just slam as much as you can, as soon as you can. I think it's this dude. So there's a dude here, Nostwin. Browse goods, and then here it is. The time, here you go. The Elixir of Remembered Sights. So you buy one, it costs you 5 of the things, and it doesn't have a. You only need one. It does not. It's not actually a consumable. So it's just a buff that you turn on, and then ta-da, you have your thing. I didn't realize I still had it in my inventory, so. Yeah, like, Paladins are, like, my #1 class, spec, race, profession. You know what I mean? It gets me in trouble sometimes, because I'll talk like, oh yeah, these mobs, yeah, they're not so bad. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Mr. Self-healing, non-stop bubble paladin. I'm like, what? No one's stopping you from rolling the best class in the game. God. All right, let's go to Suramar. It's a live, yeah, dude. It's a vibe, and the vibe is winning. All right. Free portals. You know, as an actual profession, be an engineer. Being an engineer is dope. Easy TPs, man. Easy game. So there's one spot. Here it is, I think. No, I don't think this is the right one. Yeah, it is. So this is like the spot. And if you can reserve this spot for yourself, then you just might win. It can be a little tough because like mobs hit kind of hard around here. But if you can survive, and you eventually can survive, like this feels like too good of a place to like just hang out forever. But let's see what I get when I complete the this pull, because these guys spawn back really fast, even without hyper spawn kicking in. Like you could just live here and be like, all right, this is where I'm at now. This got me. Oh, I can't tell actually. Shit, it was either 12. It was either 1,500 or 3,000. But I'm not certain. Where are those other guys? I think I saw some. Oh no, they went downstairs. Never mind. Now the thing is, this place is pretty dangerous. Like these guys can hit pretty hard. They can sneak up on you real quick. Some of these are like super tanky. Like this spell shield dude. Like this guy has like infinite life or whatever. But you can also just kind of live here too. We're talking though, if you're in Souls Discord, good bet. Some people will be pulling people for runs from that. Could be, yeah. Like there's only a handful of us that talk, including myself. So you know, feel free to like just jump in and say what's up. Yeah. Okay, so I should pull a little spawn. So yeah, so you see how fast these dudes respawn? So this is gonna be like a pretty popular spot. Like this entire elite zone is like, you know, not Frogger territory, but something like that. So if I happen to swing by here and I have an opportunity, I probably will just hang here. But as soon as a group shows up, I'm like, this ain't fun. I'm leaving. The music makes you want Hearthstone and WoW. Oh. Someday. Okay, let's see what this gives me. This gives me 15, 18. You know, that's not bad. And it's not super overpowered either, although I didn't kill this guy here. So that gave me about 3,000. But I guess the thing is, I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm just hanging out here. And damn, this guy has a lot of flying. 281 million? And it's still taking a while? Shoot, he must be doing something to do damage reduction, but oh well. Hearthstone overlay, that'd be kind of cool. Met my buddies last year in the mob remix. All I did was run with some randoms in Siege, and I talked about how many races in game have necromancer potential. And we got respawns already. Cool. Yeah, so when you're out here in world, in heroic tier, like you definitely want to have like some decent survivability. Like even as a tank at this level, it's like, okay, things feel a little bit dangerous, and you know these casts can get pretty hairy sometimes. But if you have like one buddy, then you know, then you'd be good to go. But even then, at least from my wandering around to coming back here, as long as you find a spot that you feel happy in, then you could just farm that if you wanted to go this route of just like farming these things. So that got me about 3,500. Let's go for another big pack. What is happiness? What's up, True? All right, so where's that one? Oh, here we go. This spot. So, boom. Target that dude. Try this. Oh, shit. Oh, I fucked it all up. Dang it. The caves between Azuna and Val Sharat? There are caves there? I'm barely familiar with that. Which sounds cool, because it's like, oh, an obscure spot that I'm not very familiar with. I mean, so like the thing is here, it's like it's not even a question of, oh, I want to find like the baddest mobs and like all the elites. It's just wherever you can find like just mobs, what hyper spawn or not, like just find like a good pack that you can keep farming and you know just to hang out there. But of course, I would say another good, you know, it's a very good idea to do like the dailies and other tasks and achievements and whatnot too. Because that's what's going to get you like a whole boatload of bronze as well. Thanks for the remix content. I'm a former sweatlord who recently came back to the game to play casually. Can't wait to sink my teeth into the remix. Yeah, no, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. The path is there. The only question now is how competitive will it be with, you know, farming the kind of way that you want to. You know, how many people are going to be here hanging out inside this room in a group, and then other people are like dragging mobs inside and, you know, making a competition out of that. I don't know. The thing is, Legion is big. It's a bigger space than Mob. And it'll get bigger as, and people will spread out some more as we get into like those later phases. And you still have, you know, and unlike the Mob remix, you have more than just Mythic Siege, because Mythic Siege was like the peak. That was as high as you can go. In this case, Keys might be the peak. So I'm curious to see, like, well, oh, actually, some of you guys might know already. Like, what do you get at the end of a key? Like a high level key. Because I do not know. Sonata, what's up, dude? So that beefy pole gave me 2, 3, 4, a little over 5,000. Not bad. Yeah, break that. Not the answer I was looking for. But let's see, what key do I happen to have on me right now? I have a 24. Okay, let's do a 24 and see how much that gets me. I don't have the gear, but I'm just going to juice up and just go for it. All right. Eye of Ashara, right? Eye of Ashara. Oh, birds. Let's see, what was that one? That was 36. 9. Yeah, I want to find like the big eyeball thing. Show me that. Okay, that was a modest 250. They have dragon riding kills in Legion. Kind of, yeah. You just crash into him, and you get an okay amount of. It's a very inconsistent amount of bronze. Okay, it's a low amount of bronze, a pretty inconsistent amount of artifact power you get out of it, but it's something. Yep. Cephlar, thanks, dude. All right, mythic. Let's go. Just in time for housing. Housing. Is there? Oh, is there a news name? No. Damn. You made it sound like there was an article for housing just right now. I'm like, it's 10:01. Maybe there's a thing. Nope. 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 7 years. I've been doing this shit for 7 years. I'm not broke yet. Damn. That's wild. You'll be resting until housing releases. Right on. And then you're gonna sweat. Yeah. Alright, traits are what I want them to be. I don't think the gear matters. I'm just missing some health. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. Set for housing on an RP server? Right on, dude. Oh, that's right. It's this affixed thing that I have happens to be Sanguine. I do wonder how keys are going to work, though. Like, I'm wondering, are they going to reset every day? It shouldn't be every week. That would be lame. Or can we just like customize the key or what? I should just mount up and go. What am I doing? And no loot, right? Yeah, no loot. I heard you get 100k bronze out of a 40. Yeah, 40 is far away though, so I think by the time you can do 40s, you're pretty close to done with farming bronze. So I don't think that's a difficulty I'm going to care for. Like, I have a stopping point too. Like, I'm not going to go until I hit like 999 versatility. That's not a... Yeah. At some point, housing is going to come out and I'm going to be like, all right, remix, peace. Out of this garbage. Out of this garbage content. Rawr. You know? Do we still have weekly chests and remix? No. You have, like, daily, hourly chests. You have constant, like, rewards coming in. And these guys are just living in Sanguine. What am I doing, dude? This affix just sucks forever. Just, yeah. What a crime to bring this back. But it's the remix, guys. I don't care if it's the remix. It still sucks. I hate it forever. I will drag these mobs that just keep, you know, bringing themselves back to life because I failed to move. Come on, let's go. Just get me out of here. I really hope I finally get something for all that Chandra rep I farmed for back in the day. Oh, did I ever do that? I don't think I ever did that. I'm not that crazy. Oh, I can't even bubble. No. I'm actually dying. Oh, shit, I died. Ah. I blame Sanguine for all this. Sanguine is just the devil. The devil in puddle-shaped form. Right, let's hydrate. Did I activate the boss at least? No, don't look like it. Damn it. I'm not quite sure what the effect is supposed to do. Does it like hurt me or something? Or let's see if I can detect damage. I can't tell. Oh well. Is the Legion achievements exclusive for that version, or it'll carry? No, achievements that you do will apply. Yeah. So if you get a regular ass achievement here in Legion in the remix, then yeah, it's going to apply. All right, now for easy content. Bosses. Second one was okay with Demon Hunter. Necrotic was horrendous. Oh, is Necrotic back too in this one? Ugh. Oh, you know, Necrotic's not so bad. I don't mind it so much. This boss might suck though. Because I'll be wandering around, grabbing hella trash that won't die. It's gonna go great. It's gonna be awesome. Ooh, big Brutosaur. Nice. This boss is awful on Sanguine. Every boss is awful on Sanguine. So there is a time that I'll be using my artifact cooldown thingamajigger. It's going to be when when we zoom our way to the next boss. And my cooldowns aren't up yet. I'm like, oh, gotta hit it, you know? All right. That didn't turn out so bad. Because I'm moving so much that they're not hitting Sanguine. Hey. And for the most part, like the damage return dot thing that I apply to these guys, like it does a lot of the work. They hit me, they reapply their dot, they keep killing themselves, they're moving, you know? Imagine the person killing Sigil on Sanguine and the boss can't be moved. Well, I mean, Sanguine doesn't heal bosses, right? If it did, then the boss I was just fighting would have been unkillable, because it's like, I was like totally screwing up there, you know? It does heal them? Oh. Well, clearly not for enough. I was totally like smoking them on damage. About, well, I don't have details running right now, but what's doing most of the damage is like this debuff on them called I Am My Scars, where every time they hit me, they take stacking damage over time, and yeah, they'll just get fucked. Oh, okay, the stun sucks though. Stun sucks because sanguine, and yeah. So I probably should get rid of these guys because the movement restrictions are really gonna like hold me back. All right, I think that's good enough. Yay! All right, so this and the last boss should be chill. No real trash or danger of sanguine. So 25s are like one of the main goals. I'd say like I think Keystone level 30, that's like where rewards peak. That's like the last goal, or the hardest difficulty thing that you can do in the remix for a reward. I don't think there's anything harder. You don't get anything for doing like 40s or whatnot. From there, it's just, you know, fluxing and all that. How hard are remix keys? They're not hard. Like, before this change, if I'm in a group, I can do 10s, like, almost, you know, not long after hitting max level and doing, like, some decent farming of, like, achievements and stuff. You know, and you have traits that you like, you can do 10s no problem. Like, it's like 45-second bosses. Yeah. Not looking forward to Cathedral Keys. I have a feeling that by the time Cathedral comes out, because that's going to be the third phase, people will be well into escape velocity. So by the time like those raids come out, or the dungeon and the raid comes out, it's just going to be like one shot. By some people at least. You know, the sweats are going to carry us through. But otherwise, enough time will go by that I think we'll be plenty geared enough. And if you're not, the gear that you'll start to get from those phases later on is going to be better than what you get before this phase. It's just that people can jump ahead if they want to. And maybe I shouldn't have grabbed all these guys yet. Maybe I should kill one at a time. Because this poly sucks. This poly is not cool. And I can't even bubble out of it either. Alright. Now we're fine. One more. Good to know it won't be pointless to roll a healing class then. Yeah, you'll be fine. Eventually, like as you pump more and more points into your infinite trait, the meaning of your class is going to mean less and less. So, but it'll still help. Like a damage dealer is still probably going to do a lot more throughput than a tank or a healer. But you're not going to die either, you know. So if you want to, you know, if you want to heal, you can heal, but you're just not really contributing much. So at least not once you're geared in. Like if one person in your party is a very geared tank or DPS, then you're good to go. Keys drop a lot of stuff. We're about to find out. I spent, what, 15 minutes in here? Something like that? I don't know what the starting timer was, but, you know, I'm pretty good. So there might be a certain enjoyment from just progressing your own key by yourself. Like, la 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 la. But I would say, like, no matter what, once you have a plan, stick to it. Like, if you keep jumping around and experimenting, you know, that's gonna slow. It's probably gonna slow you down. Just find yourself like a decent thing that you feel like you're consistently, you know, gearing up with, and you'll be okay. Okay, so I happen to just get direct bronze rewards. So I got, oh no, these are achievements. So achievements. Okay, these aren't working. Oh yeah, oh right, I can't loot items while the challenge is active. That's cool. Nice. Did I level this? I leveled this one, yeah. But my testing's all like, it's kind of all over the place. All right, see what do we get? I get, okay. I got 72. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, that's not bad. So 72, and you know, I basically get 100,000 every time I complete this. I complete that thing. That's the equivalent of 72,000 mementos, or 72,000 artifact power. So I basically get a level. 96. Oh, fuck you. Okay, so let's do a 10 now. So a 10 was easy. A 10 was easy to do as a group. I want to see how it feels solo. So I'm going to gear myself down again. See how that feels. It just might suck. I want to go to a better dungeon, though. That dungeon sucks. That sucked. Okay, so... Wrong person. You. So... set to 10, and... Actually, what key do I have now anyway? Arcway. Let's see. Set it to Dark Heart Thicket. No, I wanted to set it to 10. Sanguine again. Fuck you. And Arcway. Okay, I don't want to go to Arcway. You know, let's try. Okay, well, you can't just farm mob souls and stay there, because your key is gonna end up changing anyway. So let me just go to a different. Let's go to Halls of Valor. That's gonna go great, right? Right. Halls of Valor. And I'm gonna gear myself down. We're just gonna do a 10. And I expect this to be a clusterfuck. And we're gonna do a roulette. Hold on. Which is kind of like messed up because I don't have gear. There's a lot of gear that I'm just missing now. Yeah, here we go. If that's the best we can manage, it's the best we can manage. I guess I could open some stuff up here and then like put things on. So I just need what? Shoulders, back, chest, and legs. So shoulders. Okay, so I got this and this. Okay, that's better. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. That's giving me too much power. Yeah. As a reader, how do I turn off the thing on the left side of the screen above your camera? It's super distracting and I felt like it takes up too much screen real estate. You can't. That's me. That's a me thing. There's a cutoff somewhere because 30 dropped basically the same amount. Yeah, so if I can just, if there's like an ideal key level to do that is perfectly clearable, I'm just going to keep clearing the same level key either by myself or with a group, and like that'll be like the quote fastest way, fastest way to do it. Now, of course, things can change. Like getting that much mementos, that's a lot. But that was also a 24. So let's see what a 10 gives me. Maybe it's going to be like a pitiful amount. I don't know. Because I think from that normal rate, I got like 12, I think, which is like way less. But it was also just a normal rate that I could solo. But how about here? All right. Maybe I could change the layout sometime and, reduce the visibility on that, or just like have it be a bit more subtle looking, but that's a later problem. All right, so this is a 10. I am geared down. Let's good to go. Mythic raid bosses dropping less is kind of crap. It is. I mean, for the time that you spend in there, doesn't feel so great. Yeah, let's pull hard, baby. Ooh. So how much can I just like stand and stuff? Probably not much, because this is still sanguine. Nobody likes sanguine. It's like a very anti-remix mechanic. And how low do I have to get handle down? Like, I don't know, I don't kill him. This dragon is very sturdy, though. Either it took some sanguine ticks, or it's just really beefy. Ah. I'm not quite. Do I catch this to prevent damage done to me or something? Maybe. Oh, okay, what's up? Mythic Raid is also locked to 1 kill per day. You can do infinite keys. Yeah, that's the other sucky part. So it's a fun stop to make, you know? Yeah, I should have just popped this already. You know, the Mythic Raid will be a fun stop to make, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be like a big focus for like the day-to-day farming. Oh, oh, okay. Sanguine does heal the boss. And a heal for a shitload. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Sanguine just sucks. Man, I hate his effects. The worst. It's almost a question of, am I going to be able to time this? Because this is going to... Yeah, Sanguine slows me down a lot. Damn, how far do I need to bring this guy down? Sheesh. Maybe I should have switched to the crits, the crit trait that lets me do like a little bit more damage. I don't think I'd be able to get too much out of it though. Make this look easy. I mean, it's the gear. It's definitely not my skill. My skill is making this take forever. Like even 20% versatility is pretty significant for what it's offering. I'm just like, yo, this dude, yeah. It's insane to show how, yeah, there's that too. Like, because I have more health than I think I should have at this level. Maybe double the health, but it's still, I'm still really comfortable because it's just not going down. It's just that my damage is really lacking, which is fine at this level. Like, I don't think this is a lot of gear at all that I have, or infinite power. So maybe I'm not ready to do 10s, but I'm gonna keep trying to push, and we'll see how it goes. Because it'll kind of answer the question of, okay, if I don't time, does the key deplete? So let me try to remember what I have. So I'm in a 10 right now. So if it goes down, then okay, it goes down. Just don't be done with the trash, man. Don't pull the boss with the trash. Jeez. God, this is a lot too. Yeah, so that's a bit much. And I don't think Sanguine like double stacks, right? Like, you know, you run over like a super thick Sanguine and then they just heal the full. I don't think that's a thing. Losing HP. I have like no defensives on my hotkeys. Not very smart, but puddles are long gone. Just go back. I mean, those ranged over there, they're getting hit by the dots, so I'm hoping that they just eventually go down. Ooh. That hurts. All right. It sure did stack in Legion. Oh, man. Yeah, see, there's that dude standing on it. No. Oh, that's right. Fell Spike does like a huge 30-yard AoE. Yeah, these guys and their... I forget which one heals. Cleansing Flames? Does that do it? I think there was like a rune thing that did a heal. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, these guys just aren't dying. Fuck. Hmm. Yeah, what is healing them, actually? Oh, well, there's that. Rune of Healing. Yeah, I think there's like a passive heal that they do. I just forget how that works. Oh well. I guess they're just gonna hang out with me then. Because they can't die, which means they can't put out Sanguine. So I don't have to worry about them. Haha. Smart. Brilliant. I'm still doing trash. Yeah, I'm still doing trash. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is still trash. When do you think they'll release the items on the housing vendor in the remix? I'm sure it's not going to be until 11.27. Simple as that. They'll just have them. Oh, I didn't even mention that in that guide that I just put out. But I'll just remind people of it like later on anyway. That's the perk of doing videos every freaking Monday. So, oh, these guys reset. Huh. Interesting. Come on, go down. There we go. Oh, all three of them went down. Oh, that was like a Yahtzee kind of thing. Not bad. All right. You know how long the remix will be around for? Probably until like January, they're saying. That's what certain calendar dates are going for, and you know, based on the phasing and everything, we kind of have an idea of the schedule. So I think like mid-January ish. Tens are a challenge, or tens are, well, they're time consuming. But let's see like how one, let's see if I time it, and two, I want to see what I get for the time spent. I've almost killed all the trash. Yay! Finally. And then what is this again? This is it's fortified too? Okay, so these guys are, I think these guys are considered trash. Fun money in phase 3? Fun money? Oh. I know I'm doing keys. Ah, see? It happened. It's happening. I was doing a 24 earlier. And that was chill. But then I think I was all juiced up and stuff. So now, right now, I'm trying to solo a 10 when that feels more like a realistic time or a realistic test. Like this is like maybe a week or so put into the remix, something like that. So things actually matter. Ooh. And I hate Sanguine. Oh god. It sucks. Let's see if I have to like do mechanics and stuff, if that's like a thing. Like I'll stay here. I'll just be right against the wall. Want to do it for real? Real keys, crazy. That's no fun. That's like a thinking man's game. Nah, I'm just here to blast. But on the flip side, the live game doesn't have Sanguine. So what do you do? I feel like it'd be a good idea for me to go to the other side, but I want to see how. I want to see if I can take it. Ooh, no, still good. Yeah, I'll stand out here for a second, see how it feels. No, still okay. Hurts, but manageable. Seems like he wants Sanguine and Delves. That would be funny. Like Buzz is like stepping it up. All right, guys, we're gonna do more with Delves because let's all ask for it. We're gonna add Sanguine. That's it, just Sanguine. And just for him. It's not gonna apply to anyone else. So yeah, fuck, dude. Yeah. Alright, well, at least it's not tyrannical. This would probably be way worse. Trying to think too, at this level, when the traits and the gear still matters, like what sort of, can I get a little bit more out of this? I feel like Twisted Crusade is still like the best bang from a buck. Like I don't think I'll be able to do like any better than this for the throughput that's possible here. The cool thing is that when it's time, if anyone in guild is like, hey, anyone want to do dungeons? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And then this will be, I'm not going to need a full group for it. It's just, I just need an additional body for damage, and they might need to spec a little bit for some self-preservation and whatnot, or otherwise I would try to keep them up. I don't know how well that would work out, but I mean, I'm doing this thing all stupid, and I'm still doing okay, but I think if I was with someone else, I'd probably need to do the fight properly, because the unavoidable damage it might be untenable for them, so. Let's pull responsibly now. Let's try something different today, guys. Let's not pull like 100% stupid. Let's hope these guys move properly when they go down. Cool. Yay. Want to build a gamer group and actually test the Uber keys when we get this for real? I'd be down for it. Yeah. Someone was mentioning earlier that someone tried to do like a 43 and they were getting one shot. I'm like, well, if it's a one shot, that's, you know, if they're getting one shot through everything, okay, that's a thing. But what if it was like an all tank group or something like that? Like, would that make any difference? I don't know. Could. Alright, this guy is pretty sturdy, so I'll fight him alone. I think bolstering is in here too, and I think bolstering is just like, I think it's just a health multiplier, not a damage one, so bolstering I don't mind. I do wonder though, is it like the permanent bolstering like it was before, or is it like the new bolstering? Oh, I'm sorry, not new. The more current one, where it was a debuff that would eventually just wear off. But yeah, I'll try that with you, Mark. My window of opportunity is probably going to be kind of narrow, because like at some point, just like with the mop remix, at one point I was just like, I'm done, and I just like, I just totally stopped doing, and I forgot, I ended up forgetting a whole bunch of wards that I woulda, coulda, shoulda got, but oh well. Bolstering wears off now. Well, bolstering isn't. It's not a thing at all anymore, but later on with other iterations they made bolstering into like a thing that would eventually like fall off, so I didn't feel all that bad. Where are you, dude? There you are. Since the mod work for the most of the remix, I'm really looking forward to it, especially through the midnight recolor amounts. Nice. You can actually do a full rotation on bombs and bosses now. At the moment, yeah. Like, okay, there is going to be like that line to cross where it's like, you're invincible. But at the same time, there is Mythic Plus. You know, there is infinite difficulty. So you will find, you know, because think about it like this. In the mop remix, the hardest thing in there was Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar. That was it. That's as far as you go. Here, the equivalent to Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar can be found in Emerald Nightmare, in the first raid. At the same time, like, you didn't have Mythic Plus in Mists. You do have Mythic Plus here in Legion. So it's a very big difference between the two remixes when it comes to the end game, because it's just way bigger and you can find that upper limit. It's just kind of a pain in the ass, because it's like if you have a group and you're like, hey dude, let's play together and all that, and you know, they'll be able to get gear fairly fast, but when it comes to like the whole infinite trait and stuff, like there's only so much you can do to help them along and you know, and get them up to speed, because there's no knowledge catch-up sort of thing. Not in the same sense. So yeah, with this you get both. You know, and it's thanks to keys, basically. Thanks to keys, you can still die. Soulfire as a class is painful. I'm pretty sure I'm never going to get to artifact level 999. That's not going to be a thing. No. I would be surprised if I did do that, because like at the rate things are looking, like in order to do that, you would need to you know, farm a bunch of keys almost endlessly, you know, which is fine and everything. You would just need to, oh, I gotta cross the bridge, genius. yeah, because keys would be like the fastest way to go. And you would get, I guess, 2 artifact levels per key, kind of, sort of. I mean, we'll see what this offers. We'll see if I make time. Because I can't. I don't think I can change my traits or anything here either. Since I'm technically in a key, I can't swap out key, or I can't change talents and stuff. That includes the artifact tree. Thali, hey, what's up? Thank you for 7. Is remix looking good now for those of us who like the mop remix? For the most part, yes. For the most part, yes. You know, and it's important to talk about, like, just, you know, what are the really big differences, regardless of the power creep and all that stuff. You know, what is the difference between the mop remix and the Legion remix? The Legion remix just has more stuff. It has way more raids. It has multiple difficulties. It has Mythic Plus. Mop didn't. And so you have this sort of counterbalance, thanks to keys, between the whole power fantasy of farming up stats and becoming really strong versus keys that have an infinite scaling potential. So you will find a challenge, even if you do, even once you can, like, crush everything else in the outdoor world. Keys are there as your answer to be like, oh, where's the challenge? There it is, because you might just get one shot by stuff. So yeah, so it was always there, Winky, with the potential for the remix. The problem, at least early on with this testing, was we couldn't quite see that whole power fantasy to even, like, try to escape what felt like very normal gameplay. It felt too normal, right? But otherwise, keys were always going to be there to be like, skirt. Wait. Now the thing, the current build, it exposes, like, the vulnerability of the traits. So it shows, like, okay, these traits are lacking, these powers suck, they don't seem very useful. You know, so now those things are revealing themselves, because now people are able to, like, explore these higher level keys and everything, see what the scaling looks like when you have, like, crazy stupid stats, and then you look at what the artifact appearances offer. I'm sorry, what the artifact powers give, and some of them suck. So, you know, hopefully folks will continue to give feedback and be like, okay, this thing sucks, this thing doesn't scale right, yada yada yada. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. I should have went backwards the way I came. I don't think there's any hope of me timing this. So I'm gonna walk out. I think I should be able to walk out, right? I can walk out and power up, and then walk back in, and the time should still be okay, because I'm by myself. So I hope that it doesn't, like, break it. Or will it? I'll be sad if it does. No, actually, no. I want to see what happens. I want to see what I get if I don't time. I should take a look at that. I think that's kind of important too. There's probably a mob unlock of plus 20 solo. I'll get that and then just be done. I don't care about pushing 30s and 40s. It's 25. 25 for an appearance and 30 for a title. A title. Ooh. Fathers, hide your daughters. And then that's it. 30 is peak. 30 is where it ends. And then you're good to go. And it'll still be a bit, I think it'll still be a lot to work towards too. It's just very straightforward. Just keep doing keys, keep getting power-ups, you know, for the versatility and whatnot, until you can creep to higher and higher keys, and, you know, just go from there. So, oh, it hurts. So like what I'm doing right now, I'm going at this pretty under geared on purpose because I wanna see like how I want to see how humbled I feel, and even then it's not so bad. This power level that I'm at, I would say this is like a week of pretty good farming. Not like super sweat, but a fairly good amount of farming each day for a few hours or something like that. And if I'm in a group, oh, we'll smash. We would absolutely smash. This would be trivial. I'd be able to push much higher in a group. And if you don't have a full group, that's fine too. You have the extra survivability and everything that will let you overcome challenges and whatnot. It's just good gameplay, get people out of Sanguine. Fuck you, Sanguine. Actually, I'll let these guys just hit me because I don't care what they do. My dots might eventually like bring them down. And then I'll just pop this now for the extra damage. And then hopefully this cooldown will be back again by the time I get to like that twofer over there. But yeah, I'm not gonna time. Well. It's cool because otherwise, if I wanted to test this, I'd just be standing here like a doofus and be like, "Oh, so guys, what's up?" Woohoo. In this case, all I have to do is suck. Made Hunter on live and push it to about 4s and switch to marksman immediately. Fuck pets. But you have a dog. Don't say that. Why do people subject themselves to pets? For the fantasy, buddy. Class fantasy. The feeling of having a buddy with you. I mean, think of like way back in the day during the vanilla or classic days when, you put in so much time into your pets to like find the one that you want. You would put in some additional effort to freaking keep them alive. Keep them fed, I mean. Oh, that dude's gonna live forever. That thing's gonna heal up. And I'll be really sad. How goes the key testing so far? I had a blast with the max weapon and really can see the road to power now, along with aim. So far, so good. I'm getting an idea. I'm trying to get an idea of what low-level solo keys are going to feel like. So, like, here I'm clearly not going to make time. But I want to see, like, just what it is I get from a plus 10. Because the last time I tried doing a 10, I did not get anything. And it's kind of sad. I'm like, oh no, nothing from the chest. That's fucking sucks. So I want to see what I get, as well as like see just at this power level that I'm at. Like I only have 20 points into the artifact trait, and I have way less gear, so I have fewer secondary stats than some. I do miss the catch X pet to teach X skill to your other pets. That's been very few and far between, right? And so there it is. The lone marksman. Do your best, buddy. Good luck. Think your pet is smarter? You think it's mostly because Like, there are very few abilities that Death Knights have to tell the pet to do something, right? Whereas Beastmaster and other specs, it's like built into, like, you know, a 10 or so second rotation, something like that. Okay, I hope this doesn't heal him. No, just, it looks like it just heals. Oh, it healed him. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's not good. Oh, I think they get juiced up too. Oh, crap. Man. It's not Sanguine, but it still sucks. I thought it was just like explosive damage. You know, like, oh, this hurts. I should avoid that. No, it's freaking heal. That's stupid. Not gonna sound well, dude. Should have seen me earlier. I was like, oh, so bosses do get healed by Sanguine too. Fuck. Yeah, I think trying to do this as just a DPS at this level, I think that'd be a bit too tough. Like, I think there would be like a big survivability issue for him. Maybe one that has like strong self heals and leech. Maybe that would do it. But the survivability, though, of just having one piece of gear put into damage bubble, I think that helps out a lot. I wonder how effective that's going to be, you know, trying to do actual high-level keys. Like, do people need that kind of survivability to withstand, like, certain attacks? And, you know, how well does heal, you know, how effective is healing in the remix, too? I don't know. You'll be grinding the first 200 ranks, so limits unbound for the 99%, then everything else just cherry on top for playing more. Right on. I think like 100 is where you'll be able to reach all your goals for sure. With like just one partner with you. And maybe you'll be able to solo most things. I get the only thing that would be tough would be like the plus 25. Real test is launched. Will people will still need to queue and be constantly declined? Oh yeah, they will. They will, for sure. But I think it'll take a while for people to wise up and be like, okay, I just need bodies. I just need a little bit more coverage for mechanics that don't have anything to do with, hey, I need more damage, but more like, oh, I need someone because, you know, I need someone to be here and be there. Because otherwise, if not, then I'm in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so I don't even need to hide behind Ragnarok. Or I don't need to hide behind the shield thing, so. Cute. But that's this boss. We'll see how Odin feels. But at least this is a pretty straightforward sort of thing. Anything past 100 is the game of who's the bigger demigod rather than can I do content. Yeah. And yeah, it feels pretty official because rank 100 is also when you get around the time where you get that last achievement for earning. Actually, you get to 97, I believe. That's how I mathed it out. Because you need a certain amount of artifact power to like get to the infinite trait. You need about $150. So that's where you get like the whole 97. And then like just a little bit more, and then you'll get that final achievement, which also happens to get you more artifact power. Or I'm sorry, it also gives you another infinite power multiplier. So it's like, okay, here's one more thing to be like, all right, dude, go get some more. But I think once you have an opportunity to farm keys, then just keep doing that and farm at the level that you feel is most comfortable for you. And that, I think, is going to be your fastest way to getting your infinite trait up. Yeah, fast. It may not get you a lot of bronze faster, though. You know, I still think that just being out there and killing everything, just nonstop, is going to get you the fastest bronze. And ultimately, that's what a lot of folks are going to be working towards. Where do I get the bronze? Where do I get the bronze? I think the world tier stuff, heroic world tier, is like the place to go so far. It's kind of why I'm thinking about going priest, self heals, and DPS is disc, DPS and leech's shadow. It's also what I'm maining these days. Right on. Yeah, depending on how some of the traits go, some of them can be like pretty strong. Some activate off of damage absorbs, which helps to deal some extra damage. When you're alone, I think the best trait to have is this thing right here, I Am My Scars, because it does like a shitload of damage over time. Whether it's you dealing the damage or not. So at the end of the 35, the boss does a soak that does 1.2 billion. Is it the kind of soak where you gotta like split it between the group? So that's sort of what I'm talking about, where it's like, you know, you do need like a partner with you to get far. But yeah, if you're doing like a 35, then of course a full group will be able to withstand that sort of thing. Of course, if you're doing like a 40 or a 45, then maybe it's going to kill everyone anyway, and then that's it. That's the, you know, you've reached the upper limit, and then you're going to see the meta form, and then the meta is going to inform what people do in like plus 10s. It's like, what? You're denying me because I'm not the meta class? Get the fuck out of here, dude. But that's going to happen too, and it'll be hilarious when we see posts of that. Now, hopefully, we're going to see people who are being altruistic. Like I was doing that for a little bit too during the remix, where I just made a group and I was like, "Yo, just come on in. Let's just fucking dogpile this thing, show up and get some stuff." And maybe we'll see that for raids for a little bit. But I think ultimately we might see that for keys as well. It's like, dude, just come on. I just need you to help out with soaking stuff and just don't AFK. Just show up. So. That was a boss. Group comp will be tank and healer be required or needed. Also, is there any way you can see applicants' power for keys like the same? I don't know. I haven't tried. Probably not. But you can see people's item level, and that'll help inform a lot. I feel like a tank will still be important. Because the white damage matters. Depending on what kind of key you're doing, healer might matter, but I just don't know what the healer throughput's like right now. I don't have count. Nice. That's a true rook move. I'm gonna go do the count first. I might as well get the awful part of the out of the way first. What I did was a group of 3D Hearthstones. 3 Demon Hunters, 1 DK tank, and myself as a Fury Warrior. Okay. Like, at that level, Leech is the way to go. You know, just like the pure self-healing of Leech will be what really helps out. You're a shameful display. 11, 10. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pop. I think on the other side there's like another one. No healers and a mix of tank DPS can do anything. May need healers the first week, but that feels like it'll be just be while people learning the self-healing methods. It could be. It could be later on that certain healers that provide defensive cooldowns, you know, raid-wide defenses, damage reduction, that I think that's going to be valuable. So like a Disc Priest might be awesome. A Holy Paladin could be awesome because they'll just do damage reduction effects that, you know, that make up for like hundreds of millions of healing, you know? So those are the things to kind of keep an eye out for, I think. Unless healers can do that sort of throughput as well, then that would be pretty awesome. Like as a lightsmith, I noticed that my bubble does a shitload. Like I'll try to pop it as soon as it comes off cooldown and show you. That's good enough. So boom, lightsmith thing. So how's it stacking? It's stacking 13 million. Yeah, 13 million, and then it'll, you know, keep refreshing for a little while. That's out of the current 46 million that I have. 46 million health. So, pretty good. Well, that's just one thing. I'm hoping that this works out a little better. All right, I don't have sated. All right. Oh, I have a Grievous. Ah. Grievous might be a big deal. Alrighty. So do I need to care about anything? Let's see. Not that. Let's catch this. Boop. Oh, okay, the stun sucks. Stun's no good. And then what about lightning, bro? Actually, let me see if I can take this. I'll just like take it to the face. And nothing happens, alright? Yeah, so it's a bit less about the survivability. Yeah, at this level at least, it feels more like it's just, hey, are you doing enough throughput? Are you hitting buttons? And are you like standing in stupid shit like I am? So. Two pets taking that soak with me was enough. Oh, the pets count? Oh, interesting. Time 35 is 200 of those shards. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot, dude. Two whole ass levels. I am more curious to see what a 10 gives. Like, if I get 50, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty brief, I think, because you don't need to have a whole lot of gear to, like, smash through this. Solo's different, you know? Solo, I'm obviously, like, taking a while, struggling here and there. but in a group it'll be plenty fast. But it doesn't exactly mean that doing outdoor content is useless either. Like it's plenty fine for people who want to just live outdoors and not worry about, you know, doing group stuff. So I think we're in a, well, let me see what the results are here, but I think we're in a pretty good state. It's just a question of the abilities and balancing and all that stuff. I'm not even so much balancing, just make them not suck. Some of these are just like not even worth thinking about because they just blow. Saw a screenshot from a 46, 130k bronze, and 900 shards. Not bad. Not bad. But then the thing is, what level are they? If they're at 999, then they're peaked. There's nothing, you know, there's the glory of it, but the rewards just don't matter at that point. You know what I mean? You know, and if that was a full group, you know, can one of those be a carry? You know, that way they can get like 9 artifact levels just like that. And like a 9% bonus to verse. That's a pretty big deal. What's the summon drug ability was in retail? Well, they need to fix it though, because it's plenty like flawed. It's very cool, but I have a big problem with you know, if the target's kind of at range, then it's just doesn't work. It sucks. All right. Moment of truth. What do I get for a 10 that I did not time? I hope it's not bugged out. Please don't be bugged out. Please don't be bugged out. It would be nice if the shards were warbound, but I'm sure people would find a way to break that with multi-boxing. The chest is broken. Oh. Cool. Cool. Maybe it's in the mail. Yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, I'll just do some other key and yeah. At least it doesn't give. I don't care about that. I just want to see how much infinite power I get from it, or those token things, whatever. All right, so let's see mailbox. Please give me something. So I don't know. Well, whatever it is, it doesn't have any AP in it anyway. So, oh fuck. All right, we'll do a different key. Only time keys will be open. No, I kind of remember them talking about how how that chest was busted. So I guess it's still broken, which sucks. Well, now I know it's still broken. Buh. All right, so what do I have now? I have a Maw of Souls. Okay, that's should be fine, right? Maw of Souls, let's go. And this time we're not going to try. We're going to annihilate this place. I don't want to see what a 10 gives. That's it. Yeah, folks are testing the upper limit. I want to test the real shit, you know? Because we got to start somewhere. So what shards are you talking about? It'd be nice if the shards were warbound. Because I know the infinite knowledge is warbound. which is good. Hey, 743 infinite power. That's more than I got from that key. Now, I mean, there's going to be people that hit 999 for sure, but before that, you know, let's see. You know, I'm very curious to see how this climb is going to feel. You know, like how soon do I want to jump into 10s, or are 10s worth it as opposed to outdoor content or something like that? And then, of course, Blizzard might get wind of this and be like, you know what? Keys are a bit too far and away, like, good for that. So either they need to buff, like, outdoor content, or they need to nerf keys. So something's going to happen. I'm sure most people are going to be like, nope, keys are fine. It's fine. Change nothing. Max stats are people who got... Yeah, that's for those people. So, like, I'm never going to get to that point. I'm going to be much closer to this than anything. But even like artifact level 100, that's huge. You are really powerful at that stage. This is just funny. What's the title for 30s? The Infernal or something like that? Something like that. Let me double check. Yeah, the Infernal. Okay, I had it right. Oh yeah, the boss. That's right. See, Sanguine kept that dude alive. This thing would have... I think I would have, like, killed him passively. Otherwise. Yeah, the transmog set is... oh, it's 40? I thought it was 30. Oh, it is 40. Okay, so that changed. My bad. I guess I wrote that in, and then they changed it. Whoops. Okay, I don't think I'll get that one. So. And then they changed the red set to 30 now. Okay. Ah, well. Now I know. Yeah, I'm cool with my Patron title still. I'm gonna keep that thing forever. Maybe if there's like a Resposado title, then I'll change it. Oh, I'll just go for the boss. What am I doing? What am I doing? Do I need to do the intro quest before doing the brand skip? I don't know. I don't think you'd need to. Now, keep in mind, that's a PTR thing. So, yeah, when we get to the... when this goes live, you will be able to skip the intro once you've done it once, but there's no brand. He's not going to be in live. I've done the skip, but the weapon bugged out. Just make another character then. Might be some PTR bug or something. What I get? Nothing, because the chest broke. Apparently the chest is still busted from an earlier build, so I got nothing. Kind of sad. Kinda sad. What the hell? Yeah, I know. It was poetic justice right there. So I'm just gonna do a 10. And see how this feels. I think realistically, if people aren't even close to the time of a 10, they're gonna dip out real quick anyway and be like, dude, what are we doing? We are clearly not ready for this. Or you clearly suck at this game, and the party will just break. So maybe that in itself isn't a realistic test. You can't queue into Assault on Violet Hole. You can't queue for it? I mean, you can do it. I've done it. Is the gameplay audio muted or bugged? It is muted. That's all. Yeah, that's fine. You good. It's not just you. Is there to a banning key feature in the remix, and how will that work if your character's flagged? I don't know. I don't know how it works, so I don't know if it should be here or not. Yeah. How do I do it? Real quick. Is it like a slash command, or is it something that I right click, or what? Is there a cool button that I press? Actually, I think the boss is gonna die, whether I want it to or not. Yeah, she's dead. Whoops. Oh, what's the reason for it? No reason. I guess it's I guess early on I got some complaints from people who are like, dude, I'm pretty tired of hearing paladin sounds all the time. Clang, 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 you know. I think you need to be in a group, then you can just right click yourself to start the vote to a oh, okay, so there's like a right click thing. Okay. And maybe it's not a thing here. Because it's like, why bother? That's, yeah. No chest. Damn. Yeah, this thing hates me. Oh, yeah, I'm not done. Okay, yeah, thank you. Sheesh. That's how I get for just running. I was gonna lose my mind. I'm like, this game hates me. There we go. Did you know I don't do keys very often? It's crazy. Crazy. And there is a chest. Yay. All right, moment of truth. What do we get? I get 11 of these. That's pretty weak. Yeah. I get an okay amount of bronze, but yeah. Baby keys suck. So let's do a 20. So from a 24, I think I got like 90 something or so. $25 on a 15. I mean, that's okay. Yeah. I have a feeling that that's going to get looked at. You know, either everything else is going to give a little bit more bronze, or keys are going to give a little bit less. I think they might do a little bit of both of that. I mean, because ultimately keys are the place to go for difficulty. But until then, how much bronze? I got 3,000 from that, so that's like, that's not a whole lot. I'm gonna gear myself back down again. So back to 20. And then I'll try again looking for like decent spawns and like see how that feels. You know, like in half an hour, can I competitively get like a decent amount of bronze and other items and what have you, compared to the time that I would, you know, do a key. It's not like it has to be 1-to-1 either, because keys are, quote, harder. But if it's at least competitive and it doesn't feel like it's pathetic, then I think that would be fine, mostly. So I feel like if I'm doing these kinds of farms, I might be mostly paying attention. I might be going like a steady flight, and I'll just hawk and look for like, you know, the empowered mobs. Because here's a pack with 0 empowered mobs. Let's see what I get from this, because it's, you know, just some pissy little trash dudes. Nothing crazy. You know, and I have no problem like living through and smashing all these guys. But how much do I get? I get 600 out of that, which is not a lot, but it's not bad either for what little I'm doing here. But I want good mobs. And of course, farming normal tier. Actually, shit, let me try that. Let's try knocking this thing down to this. Because things are really spongy. Things are pretty spongy in heroic tier. Did you get 100k from the fragments? Wondering if it fluctuated. Roughly that. I'm giving a rough amount based on my current knowledge level, because it'll go up too. And keep that in mind as well. So it's going to be worth like that much more later on. What's a good one? Here we go. So no empowered mobs. It's just these guys. Okay, these guys are super dead. A couple of volleys and they're finished. They're finished. Okay, so from these guys, I get 200. Ugh. Big woof. Okay. that's not palatable. Okay, let's do another big pull here. Get like these elites too in the hopes of something. Roy, say what's up. All right, so this gives me 0. Damn. Ooh, that don't feel great. That felt pretty bad. So, once you can get to heroic tier, then you probably want to just kind of live there. Or if you're just doing quests, you know, and you want to do them like brisk, nice and fast, cool. That's totally cool too. Because, you know, it's like, hey, I want to pick these things up, pick up some easy quests, and just like smash. That's cool too. But then if you want to grind mobs, you don't want to do it on normal mode. You want to do the real shit. You want to do a solo play like me? It'll be easy. Or not easy, but it'll be quite accessible. There's a path. There's definitely a path for everyone doing this. So let's go back. Oh, there's a certain thing. There's a requirement. Slay mobs with... Oh, shit. So what do I want active? With Call of the Forest active. Okay, so... Well, since I'm in here... I'll just defeat you now. Then switch my artifact thingy to something else so I can get credit. And then I'll fight. With this really awful ability. It doesn't feel great. That's for sure. You sure think we can solo everything? Yes. It's just the question of, hey, you want to go in and grind your way, grind the power climb? Cool. It's there. You can do it. Some people will get there faster than others. I will not be the fastest. Because for me, I prefer to use my time. I want to use my time most efficiently by first knocking out the achievements that I can do on my own, for sure. And go hard on that, especially with like the bronze farming, because you know there's a lot of stuff to buy and collect. Once I'm done here, I'll do the roulette thing. But eventually, the path at the moment seems to be like start farming keys, and then you'll be in a good spot. So by the time I want to do keys and stuff, I might be behind some folks, and you know I'll get caught up. Like I just need to stay alive long enough to hold mobs, if that. All right. Okay, so that alone got me at least one fragmented memento, but farming these outdoors is like not even viable. Like just don't do it. All right, what do we get? Bloop. Sexy. Rrr. All right. So let's also switch my thing to something of the forest. Do we not have armor on? No, I don't. I'm missing a lot of armor. But that's on purpose. Because I'm sick in the head, baby. Alright, so let's go back to these guys, the usual spots. Nice and easy, lots of empowered mobs, and fairly, I mean, they're not that trivial. But they're not that crazy either. I can survive this, no problem. I should use my artifact ability, though. Hey, how about that? I just gotta pull it up and drag it on the bar and do that. Okay, here we go. Oh, they're almost dead anyway, but... Go, animals! Oh, no animals. Oh, shit. I think it kind of bugged out because I'm on a ledge. Well, that's disappointing. I will try that again in just a moment. On a flat surface. Maybe that'll help. So that was a cute little 300 no, 1300, 1400 infinite power. Not bad. What am I testing? I'm just kind of getting a feel of low-level infinite power farming. You know, so what's it like doing a lower-level keystone? What's it like, you know, as opposed to doing outdoor content here on Heroic World Tier, that sort of stuff. Empowered mob. I mean, these guys do make a difference, though. Getting these empowered mobs, you can get a bunch of these. That helps a ton. So let me try to line of sight these dudes and then see if I can get this stampede to work right this time. So, like, here we go. Nice flat surface this time. No excuses. Raw. I didn't do shit. That didn't really like help much. I don't think. Like I said, it's cute. That's pretty much all it is, though. I'm sure my damage return traits are like doing way more anyway. Oh well, we'll keep going. Because like part of the day-to-day for us is going to be also, at least early on, completing quests, doing dailies, and getting like the early achievements that will get us like those infinite power multipliers and stuff. So that way we can get to those higher levels, so that way we can get to do like the higher level keys and everything, and then we just go on this kind of like upward curve, this you know, escape velocity. I forgot what this thing does. This thing gives me a buff where? I can't see it. Oh, often increases your damage dealt. When this expires, you explode for whatever. Okay, that's cute, but... Rawr. And loot. What do we get? We get approximately 2,000 infinite power from that. Are these guys empowered? Doesn't look like it, but they are elite. But the kill speed is so I should just go back up that ramp, because those guys spawn pretty fast. I mean, there's other places I can go too. Yeah, even those basic elites, that gave me 1,100. Yeah. Yeah, elites are good. Empowered elites, even better. And don't use Call of the Forest here because it's no good. Not good at all. And then the hero talents, I'm sure they play a part. But Lightsmith is just too good. Remix or not. Alright, this is another good point too, are the obelisks. Because I think you get something for it too. I think there's an achievement attached to it. So this one is spells and abilities have a chance to do burst damage. So, hey. Hard to not want to do something like that. So that was another 500 from just that named mob. Let's see if I can find a big pull right here, I think. Oop. And maybe? Oh no, there's some guys out here. But I don't see any empowered dudes. Oh well. Let's see if the animals help here. Or if they like slime against the outside of the house. Something like that. Let's see. Oh no, I see them. They're doing stuff. Yay! It's not a lot though. Like they're still, all these guys are still super alive. I'm pretty sure if I had details on, it would show like my damage return traits are doing more than the artifact ability does. Oh well. Let's check. Was there any news at all today? Nope. I'll still check until like 12:01. See if there's any like surprise thing. Like a hero talent blog would be awesome. I'd want to learn stuff. Like I do wonder, like with the tier set that we got in this season, is that going to give us kind of an indicator as to what possible talents might show up on, you know, what new talents might show up on the tree? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I kind of like this whole thing with me doing like the easy bubbles and damage additions, but I have a feeling that the tier bonuses that were added for tanks, it was just mostly made for like, hey, let's give them more additional throughput, and it all kind of like works out the same way. So in that sense, it's a little bit boring. I just like how the Lightsmith tier set bonus, it leans pretty well into the fantasy of, hey, you know, let's go ahead and protect allies a little bit more, or support, something like that. All right, named mob. You better have a... Actually, let me kill her first. Okay, so I did get one... I get one of those tokens. Yay. And nothing from that. So, you know, at the moment, getting one of those tokens is the equivalent of getting like 1,000 artifact power. So I guess I can kind of count it like that, but not entirely. So like I have 109 right now. So let's use one and see how much I get. So that gave me 106,000. So that's with the current multiplier of 24. So it can go up a little bit more. I don't know how much more, but a little bit more. So this will be from me doing, oh gosh, there's all sorts of stuff I'm still missing. So there's the quest related stuff for zones. I don't think there's any rep stuff. Yeah, so some of these are going to be revealed in phases, but I think there's a lot for like the dungeons and stuff too. Like those, there's a lot that's gated behind that. So like, yeah, dungeons not available. This one is also reliant on like the other phases being opened up. So like by the time, so when that phase opens up, then we'll have that much more access. Or the multiplier will be able to go up that much further. It's just like, how much can we get in the first phase though? So I didn't do Emerald Nightmare yet. I probably should. I did Trial of Valor already. I can't do these others. So I think there's like one more that I could squeeze out. Oh, and then there's not these, but then there's other world bosses I can try to take out, and that's kind of it. So there's only so much more. Is bronze tradable? Yes. But it should be. Yeah, it's tradable. Yeah, so if you're making a bunch of dudes, go ahead and switch as you, move bronze as you like, or towards the end of the remix, move stuff over. And then buy everything you can while you can. So like, here's a bunch of achievement-related bronze that I got. Here's a token I can get for some gears. Woo-woo. And now, and then later on, the question is going to be like, okay, with, with the gear that you have, there's going to be the question of trying to farm the right gear or hope that the right gear drops that'll give you the stats that you like. So I imagine a lot of people will want extra haste or mastery. Some people may be interested in getting leech as tertiaries. So there's going to be, so the grind will continue. You're not going to, it's going to be hard to reach that point where you feel like done. You always make a bunch of dudes, right on. And thankfully, you get the extra 5 character slots. So that'll be cool. Time walking vendors being up here with more rewards would have been painful if I couldn't trade in my 20,000 tokens across characters. Yeah, so. Alright. Was there... Let me... I don't really care to go to Emerald Nightmare. That's not a big deal. Like, I feel like I'm almost done with testing. Especially since we're not going to see a new build after this. The only feedback that I have really left is related to like the trait balance, as well as how much artifact power you get out in the world versus keys. And if left unchanged, I think it'd be fine still. I mean, there's going to be people that complain, oh my god, like I have to do keys in order to get like a decent amount of artifact power, blah, blah, blah. You don't really. Like, it'll help. But as for like the far-reaching goal of hitting 999, I don't care what you do. Like, if you're gonna live in keys and you're gonna stay there, you're not gonna do anything else because everything else sucks away by comparison, and that's fine because those people that are gonna be off in their own world, doing their own thing. How much leech do I have? Not much, because I geared down. I destroyed a lot of my gear, so I only have 4% leech. So if you want to, and leech does have diminishing returns, I think, but I only have what looks like maybe 2 pieces of gear that have leech on it. Yeah, so like these 2 pieces have leech, and then the other things have like different tertiaries. So you always get a tertiary on your gear. It's just a question of like which one do you get. You know, so maybe some people want avoidance, so that way they can actually not get one shot by things in keys, or they want to have leech because they want that sort of self-sustain because they don't want to bring a healer. Speed doesn't seem important, and that's it. So with leech on everything, you have 16%. That's not bad, you know, but it's not going to protect you from getting one shot, right? So avoidance, depending on the encounter, the key, and whatever's doing it, avoidance might be like the better stat to go for, because it's like, okay, at least I get that much more damage reduction that I couldn't get otherwise. But that's also where a healer might be handy, because a healer might be able to apply damage absorbs that you can't otherwise do yourself, or do damage reduction that you don't have. Like I was saying earlier, like a disc priest or a holy paladin with their cooldowns or with their damage reduction cooldowns, that could equate to hundreds of millions worth of healing in one shot. So if you're solo, then, you know, speed will matter. Yeah, sure. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So this was fun testing though. So I hope that people weren't too didn't find it too obnoxious that I was doing like so much coverage for it. But it was fun to give all the feedback and try to figure things out, and, you know, kind of get a good gauge of how everything works. So but I think I have my path set. Dailies, achievements, instances will come as you know, if people really ask for it. But otherwise, I'm going to focus on like the exclusive rewards and achievements that I have to do anyway. And it wouldn't even matter too much if I was like one shot and everything. I still need to go through like the motions of doing quests and clicking this and doing that. So you don't loot too many leech threads. The way it works is that it's all attached to gear. So I might get a piece of gear that has 25%. I'm sorry, that has leech on it. That's it. And if I do, then great. Now, there are things that matter here, because it's like, okay, what if I just want haste? What if I want haste and leech on this pair of gloves, but I don't see it? You know, I just keep seeing other stuff. That's where the gearing game tries to preserve itself a bit. And so you'll find yourself like still hunting for gear, even once you do hit max item level. So that stuff will still matter. But once you have it, you have it. So if that's more important than whatever your secondaries are, then cool. I have a feeling it won't be. I think your secondaries are more important than your tertiaries. Because group comp matters too. But left alone, you'll just have like a balance of, okay, I take a little bit less damage. I do a little bit of self-healing. I am a little bit faster. So we have that too. Do you think with the theme of Midnight, it'll be when Paladin is open to all races, and as the Paladin main, will that cause you to change race? I would probably visit other races. Yeah. Like when Zandalari Trolls first became a thing, I race changed. I'm like, oh, let's try this out. My only gripe, or the one thing that I found to be awkward with being a Zandalari Troll, is that they're tall. They're very tall. Blood Elves are short. We're little babies compared to Zandalari Trolls. It's a big difference. But if they totally open it up, maybe I'll do like a channel point thing where it's like, okay, just tell me to change my paladin to another race, and you get to decide what I change it to, and that'll last for like a week or a month. Well, probably a month, because that costs a decent amount of gold. That'd be fun. Mechanome Paladin or Vulpera Paladin, freaking Orc Paladin, Undead Paladin, whatever. That could be fun. Actually, no. I wouldn't be able to really freeform that, because if I end up faction changing, then that would be a problem. I wouldn't want to do that. So it'd be limited to like Horde races, which is fortunate because the Horde is just superior anyway. Why would I want to be a filthy alliance? What am I? Do I hate myself that much? No way. I do bit for the race changes. It's real money. Oh, that's a good point. I don't know how I would measure that out, but yeah. Or I don't know how. I need to figure out how that works. Yeah, I think if possible, I'm going to try to just live here. In Heroic World tier. Just like this spot, and then, like downstairs, and like those packs too, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of competitive spots. And then once Broken Shore opens up, then there's like that really high mob density there too. And then Argus will suck. It's not a great place for mob density, but who knows? They might offer like some really good opportunities to get lots of bronze from like invasions and stuff. That could be a thing. It's just that people can and will act on a certain meta during this first phase, and Blizzard thinks that's fine, so that's cool. Only race that stands on the same pedestal as Horde of the Dwarves. A shame we didn't get Wildhammers instead of 100 elf variants. Well, if only dwarves were like the really dominant race on the world, on the planet at the time, but they weren't. I mean, if anything, like dwarves, I mean, they're not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought dwarves are not exactly a. They started off as a manufactured race, and then Curse of Flesh, blah blah blah. But they're not exactly indigenous to Azeroth, right? You'll need to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't believe that they're not a naturally created race. Hell, technically, elves aren't either, because they were heavily influenced by the Well of Eternity at the time, and then they became Night Elves, and then the Night Elves became High Elves and Nightborn, and then from the High Elves, they, you got it just kind of went from there. So as far as I know, aren't trolls like the only really like OG race out of all the playable races? Because even humans, they started off as like, I don't know, actually, I don't remember that part. Dwarves were created on digits. Yeah, and humans are descended from Vrykul, and Vrykul are also not indigenous, right? So, yeah. This is a troll planet, baby. Woo woo! So, at least with at least with the elves, they, you know, yeah, they were influenced, but at least it was just that. It was like this, you know, break in evolution and whatnot. It's just that the influence of that evolution is also something that's otherworldly, because that was influenced by Titan blood, and Titan blood is also not indigenous to Azeroth. It's just that it's been around for so long that you can't get away from that. You know, there's no escape. We're just being like kind of technical here. Anyway. Trolls, Torn, and the Pet. Oh, and Pandora. Right on. Thank you. Good call out. I guess well, what about Vulpera? Are they natural? Did they descend from anything? And then goblins too? Where'd they come from? Or is that like an OG troll thing as well? I don't know. Ooh, that was good. I got like 5,000 from that. Not bad. Not bad. Goblins are from orcs? No, goblins are not from orcs. Goblins were on Azeroth well before the orcs showed up. Goblins come from the Titans too? Oh, okay. Yeah, gnomes, yeah. Titans. Gnomes were a Titan thing. I didn't know goblins were too. So. What level do you start from? 10. 10. I still find it goofy as fuck that you start the remix, you have this power that reduces all your cooldowns by a lot, but you don't have cooldowns. That will never not bother me. It feels like a little bit of an oversight. I just want the button to do something else. Like make it go boom. You know, while I channel, or even a defensive bubble. You know, so that way, you know, a little bit of damage reduction while I press the button, so I don't feel like, oh, I'm going to get myself killed when I actually use this in endgame or something. But not being able to do anything with this button, having it feel useless until I have an artifact power, just don't sit right with me. $2,000 from, oh no, 2100, 2200 from that, plus another 154. Modest. It's a modest gain that I get from here, and I think that's okay. I'm cool with this, especially because I'm not going anywhere, right? Goblins and gnomes were one race like Trogs and Dwarves, but goblins found oh, the Kajamite. Yeah. Keeper Mimron had discovered a Kajamite and attempted to determine properties. He experimented on various races. He found one that the ore was extremely potent, and it increased the intellect of its subjects. They share a common ancestor with pygmies. Oh yeah. They don't look terribly different either. So, okay, I can buy into that. Okay, I am clearly getting outstripped by their casting. That hurts. It hurts. Ow. Oh, name dude. All right, he's going first. Now I do wonder, like, when we really do this remix, there are going to be people who grind their way to 999 natural. How much stamina will they have? It's going to be stupid. Like, let me double check how much I have right now, because we're going to wrap things up in just a few moments. Because one thing that these test characters aren't doing, they're not farming up stamina. Well, you know, via mementos. That wasn't a thing for, you know, when you talk to the PTR dude and get like super juiced up. So we'll have an insane amount of stamina. So like the folks who are saying, "Oh, I'm getting one shot by these mechanics and 40 something or others," like those same people, if they do farm their way naturally to get to 999 on their artifact trait, they're gonna have a stupid amount of stamina. Now that I think about it. So right now I have, this character has $175, and I think with the gear that I had, that went up to 200 million or so. How much more will it be if they farmed it naturally? It might be a lot. It might be enough that people aren't getting one shot from those things, at least for another few levels. So it might buy them, like, you know, can they get to like 50 or something like that? I don't know. Grummies were created during the reign of the Mogu Emperor Titan Tian. They were, or Chon, Xian, I forgot how to pronounce it. There were trogs, change using the powers of the waters of the Veil of Eternal Blossom. See all this damn Titan influence. See, I'm starting to take what's his name? Shit. The dragon dude. Iridocron, there you go. I'm starting to feel it. This filthy world touched by the Titans. Grrr. Saw a picture with the bug brand mementos, meaning that they got the same amount of mementos. Oh, so they do get the stamina. Oh, you know, let me double check. I can always look. Okay, so if that is big, okay. And they had 4 million stam. That's it. Yeah, let me just check one character. And let's see. Any news? Any news? Nope. So let's check this guy. A shaman. I don't know if I'll do a weekly this week, actually. Because I've been doing so much Legion remix coverage that I don't think I need to do one. Because otherwise there's like no news. So I might take tomorrow off. Wow. That'll be oh wait, I'm doing this. No, I don't want to do this quest. I don't want to. I gotta get out of here. Scary. Help. Only race that hasn't been confirmed to have more direct Titan influence in Origin yet are trolls. The Wall of Eternity just sped up their evolution. Well, it sped it up, and it, you know, I guess it's impossible to say. But we did see, like, you know, trolls became night elves or whatever. Would it be the same way? I don't know. Enjoy the downtime while you can, so we'll be... Yeah, there's that too, so... Yeah, I feel like I've been, you know, saturating folks with a lot of coverage for those who follow the channel. So, okay, that fucked up. That's okay. Let me just make a new character. That didn't work. It's gonna be very high for remixing. Oh, you're welcome, dude. I know some folks are like, oh, I'm tired of hearing this and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I really wanted to get the reward thing out, because I kept talking about the power fantasy so much. Like, this is what you get out of the remix, which for some people we do. But for other people, that's like, I just want stuff, dude. Can we just get to the stuff? So I'm like, okay, good point. Let's get to the stuff. All right. So, shaman. Let's do the skip. Oh, that's right. I didn't do the skip on the shaman. That's why it was all screwed up. Got it. Fun when there's something to read that isn't about the whole real world exploding. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot going on. But that's not going anywhere. So that's why I'm kind of staying out of that. Okay, so let's take a look. So here I am. Boost me, daddy. So this gave me just natural stats. That's it. So I didn't get anything else out of it. Um, so yeah. So I don't have the stats here, but I'll put all this stuff on, right? That's almost everything. Come on, give me a neck. Okay, so here are the stats. So I have nothing. I have 0 mementos on this particular character. So on my paladin, now gotta factor in the talent boosts, and because they're a tank and whatnot, like my paladin is at like 2 million or so stamina, something like that, I think. Yeah, so without that farming, I don't know. Yeah, we're just missing stuff. So I have a feeling that this let's see, how much is this? Okay, so there's that plus here, let me apply everything here. Come on. Is that everything? I thought I got everything. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. No? Boom, boom? What am I missing? Yeah. I thought I got all the traits, buddy. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh. Okay. So yeah, I'm still missing yeah, I'm missing stuff. So I have a feeling this will get higher. How much higher though? I don't know. Because the stamina that you get from the infinite trait is very considerable. So maybe it's not too much more. Maybe you can get one more level out of it because you'll have that much more survivability. But I think, you know, at this top end bracket, we're gonna rely on like defensive cooldowns, healers to do that. Yeah. I only want the rewards too, but I want to understand how the power farming works so I get to know how to get the stuff. The uptick in wellness has been a welcome distraction. Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna head out. Chances are extremely good I won't have a weekly for this coming Saturday, but if I do and there's like some stuff to talk about, then you know, maybe I'll do like a quick little hi, look, I'm on camera again. Maybe I'll do something like that. So for now, that's gonna be it for me. I want to wish you guys well. May your loots be merry as always, and I will see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, stay breezy. Bye.